you say you love me, and I said that I love you back. You said that you love only me. I'll admit I was taken aback. Never said I was ready for that. And you told me to keep it a stack. Then you started wild, reacting with violence. I really thought that was whack. My homies, I knew you was great. And after a week, you was calling me babe. But I took up for you like, no, she okay. She don't mean nothing, that's just how she play. You know I ain't want no girlfriend. You say you ain't want no boyfriend. My shorty, I was your boy thing. Why couldn't we just enjoy things? You say you love me, and I said that I love you back. You said that you love only me. I'll admit I was taken aback. When you say you love me, and I said that I love you back. You said that you love only me. I'll admit I was taken aback.
Gotta mean what you say what you mean. Can't play me, but you can play on the team. Me and you sexing on the lid while it's landed. Wear water blue, that's a clear understanding. I don't romance them, hold them for ransom. Hold me down, don't hold me back from advancing. You chose and you made your mind up. You knew what it was when you signed up. You go through my things just to find what. From the jump, you knew I had them lined up. Just facts, I don't say that to be boasting. You can't control me, control your emotions. I'm a boss, keep broad so timid. Grind so hard, got calls with no limits. Hella trips, putting miles on the jet. Connect so strongly when you browse on the net.
When you say you love me, and I said that I love you back. You said that you love only me. I'll admit I was taken aback. Never said I was ready for that.
DJ Chelsea Lee.
What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? We are here at the fucking show with no fucking name. I'm your girl, DJ Chelsea Lee, and we are about to dish and talk and laugh and fucking turn this bitch up. So I'm going to send it over to the host, DJ DevNasty. Actually, you ain't a DJ. I'm a DJ.
I'm a DJ.
But
I mean, I have been known to DJ. I've been known to DJ back in the day. I still DJ. I only got one set of turntables now. You feel me?
I'm gonna teach you something.
If y'all know, well, I'm talking about a different type of DJ. I'm talking about the lick your fingers.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah. But I don't got a bunch of turntables no more.
We both DJs.
Yeah, but you're a different kind of. Well, I don't know. I mean, everybody got their private moments. They DJ however they DJ. But this is your host, DevNasty, aka Dangerous DevNasty. And that joint that we was just listening to,
Fire,
is it's definitely fire. Is by none other than one of my co-hosts, Porter Rich, that is in the building right now.
Peace, world. What up?
And that joint had Jay Copes on it.
Yes, sir.
You know
yes, sir.
It was real islandy.
Yeah, that's a vibe, man. We trying to wait for this quarantine to get let out so we could go shoot the movie, man. Get on a flight or something, get everybody, get a bunch of dope females and, some of the homies and get in the sand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel that on a boat.
Definitely. Boat, sand, all that.
Directed by DJ Chelsea Lee, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, we gotta have, DJ Chelsea Lee's family. We gotta have her in the building, make a cameo.
Yeah. Of course, we already know DJ Chelsea Lee is gonna be sitting in with us doing this joint, but also we have the comedian extraordinaire.
What's going on, y'all? This is Gardner Briscoe, man. Just a player with an opinion. I'm in the building. I will say I will definitely be in that video shoot, acting a fool, spending my unemployment money at a rapid rate. Yeah, so that's it. I'm here. What's up?
And to the left of him, we have none other than the fashionista, fashion goddess.
Oh, I like this intro.
You know what I'm saying? Like the
I'm feeling this.
Fashion goddess. Bougie extraordinaire. Waleska D is in the building.
Hello, everybody. It's Waleska D. Hello.
I just want to let y'all know from the beginning that this episode is brought to you by Skull Shaver. If you want to be able to have a bald head in 90 seconds, wet or dry, get with Skull Shaver. I got me a Skull Shaver bald head, and there's somebody else that looks like they got a Skull Shaver bald head. I don't know if he does or not. And that's that boy, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, man.
Killer.
Yeah. Did any of y'all watch this Michael Jordan documentary?
Most of it.
Parts of it.
Yeah, I've been tuning in. I watched most of it. I think I fell asleep on the last, next to last episode that I ain't finish up. And then I think they said they just, when did they just put the last episode out?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, so I got to tune back into those last two pieces. But I tuned into the rest and yeah, I was definitely intrigued. A lot of treats.
Yeah, it's crazy how people can sit on like that much footage of some shit where it's just like this dude had a camera in his face like every waking moment of his life. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying?
The fact
No,
that none of that
absolutely.
leaked is amazing to me. Them niggas is mad trustworthy. Because
He had a
y'all
good
sitting on
team.
gold. For real.
Right.
They was sitting on gold. And to think that they gave us that greatness for free, I would have paid for that shit. You getting 10 episodes for an hour long about Michael Jordan.
Yeah, well, he wanted to give it to you for free for a different. There was an alternative motive that I heard about with that documentary.
What you
The
mean?
business side of it.
Well, yeah, you know that this season, not a basketball guy, but from what I heard, it was almost guaranteed that LeBron James was going to win. You know, take this whole thing from beginning to end.
Right.
And that he planned on dropping this documentary right after the finals to kind of erase
Stop.
the
Wow.
Who
the
said
joint.
this?
Now
Wow.
everyone, like it's been talked about heavily.
Now,
you know what I'm
was
saying?
that him or was that ESPN?
No,
Because
it's him.
ESPN moved
it's
it
his
up.
joint. It's his joint. Now, so they moved it up because the quarantine
right,
stopped the
right.
season. So it's like, ain't no season,
wow.
man. We don't
Right.
even know when this comes back.
Nah. I mean, we gonna get we'll get to Brian. We'll get to the King and Mike and that big because it is a big thing there, a big comparison and a big thing.
And when you see Michael Jordan's level of competitiveness mentally,
It's crazy.
it makes you believe that is absolutely was his plan. Because this dude, there is
Yeah.
nobody that wanted to be as good at something as Michael Jordan wanted to be good at basketball.
He used to compete with golfing, and he wasn't even good at golfing. Like
Right.
he was like, "No, I'm gonna learn how to do this, and I'm gonna take your money."
The nigga want to
Right.
compete with luck. He's like,
Right.
nigga, I want to gamble. Like,
He's like, "I got a
Oh, I
50-50
know.
chance." Like,
man, he's
either
competing in every way possible. Like this dude really was a lunatic. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a sports dude if it's not combat sports. But I'm intrigued by the storyline and watching this dude and everything that he did. But he was kind of wild with some of the shit that he was doing, like the way he was talking. You know, he'd be talking to the players. You know what I'm saying? Some of the other dudes, they said he was kind of like a bully to teammates, things
he
like
was
that.
talking heavy.
Right.
Super heavy.
But you gotta understand, his work ethic was amazing. Like, he wouldn't have sex. He wouldn't even be near women, like nothing, and just focus on practicing. What basketball player in 2020 is not being around females, popping bottles at the club before the season?
Steph Curry. That nigga's married though.
No, but you
But it
got.
just showed like
but
his
you-
work ethic. Like, he was really grinding and making sure that he like perfected his craft.
Yeah, but see that showed in like his game though, and like his
Hell
game
yeah.
and throughout his career. We talking about Michael Jordan. So when you talking about greats like that, most of the greats, like when you really like probably like digging into their story and getting to the details, like they lived it, they ate it, they slept it. Like that was what they did, you know. And this documentary is really like an amazing gift for us because Michael Jordan is one of our greats, and I get it. It do come with some shit. You really get to find out who he is personally, and just we human, man. We human.
Yeah.
I bet it ain't easy being on top of the world, being like one of the most important people in the world, one of the richest people in the world with it, you know, like you said, whether he put the camera on himself and foreseen this whole movement, you know what I mean? Because I think at somebody like Mike, at his level, because he's a genius, I believe somebody who could perform like that with a basketball in any sport is still like genius level talent. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if he foresaw this whole thing and had them cameras on and really was knowing that he was going to give the people like something amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. I
along with
absolutely
this.
believe that. Like his life kind of seemed trash.
Nah,
As-
it was.
it was
But
like,
let me
damn.
ask you a question though. Like, do you say if you was on a basketball team just like him and you were going super hard to make sure this team won a championship and you see your teammates fucking up, wouldn't you be talking crazy to them too? Like, and you going hard every day, and these motherfuckers just slack, and they like, he like,
Nah,
fuck that,
that's-
I'm gonna take the ball from you, and I'm gonna shoot.
Now imagine these
That's real
players on
shit.
his team were extraordinary basketball players, and he's a god. So
Right.
they are working hard.
But what about
He's
some
on
of the-
some other shit. Like, yeah, so just to get into the mental space of this nigga,
Right.
I don't know who the player was, but a nigga dropped 36 points on him. Had a wonderful game, right? Dropped 36 points on him through all 4 quarters. Mike leaves the game mad and says, this nigga had the nerve to come up to me and say, good game at the end of the game. Good game, Mike. Oh, word? Good game. And it's like, number one, that's really good sportsmanship for a nigga to do that and just be like, yo, good game, Mike. So Mike's like, I'm getting what he got on me in the first quarter. Like, dude had 37 points. That's what it was. Right. He said, I'm going to get it in the first half next game. So he come back motivated the next night, shits on this nigga, gets 36, didn't get the 37 in the first quarter. Shitted on the team. At the end, people telling Bull, yo, damn, why you had to say that to Mike? Whatever. Say what to Mike?
Right.
He said, you know, when you said good game to him, man, I never spoke to him. Then they interview Mike, and he was like, nah, that never happened.
He just lied.
He lied to himself. So to give himself the motivation to
go hard,
to shit on this man, and like he had to live the lie like a psychopath and tell that lie to other people. But then the lie wasn't even bad. It wasn't like he said, "Fuck you and your mom, nigga." He said, "Good game, Mike."
Yeah. Nah, because it was like mad sarcastic though. Because Jordan didn't have a good game that game. I think he might have had like 17 or 19 points, and the rookie ended up going off. So in his head, he like, nah, like I'm Mike at the end of the day. We can't have that. So he did have to create that energy in order for him to take it to the next level. And, you know, I actually feel bad for the other dude because we forget his name.
Yeah.
Was he the
who? On the team?
No, the rookie that
he played for the Bullets, and this was on a back-to-back night. So it was like, I mean, unfortunately for him, he had it was the next day. Like Jordan didn't have to hold that in too long. He got to literally do that the next night.
Right.
He set it up.
Yeah,
he was like, I'm going to tell everybody.
Man,
he said it. So
Jordan
then when
was
he
a
did
killer,
it,
man. You gotta listen. One thing you gotta respect, and that's one thing we all gotta respect. And I listen. I trust me. I know the comparisons is out there. Like I love LeBron and I love Kobe. Kobe was a student of Jordan. You know, if you really know it. Like even in the documentary, they show it where like Kobe, you know, was in the game. Like and Jordan loved Kobe too, though. You know, Kobe would ask Jordan how to do certain moves once he, you know, when he did it on him. You know what I mean? And Jordan would school him. You know what I mean? And bring him up to speed. So. It's just super respectful, man. He a killer, and like I said, I get it. Shit gonna come with people. They not perfect. They said that Scottie Pippen, I just read, I think yesterday or the day before, they saying that supposedly, I don't know if it's official, but they were saying Scottie Pippen is like not happy with like, you know, the way he's being portrayed throughout the whole joint. He's like kind of like got a situation with Jordan because maybe he wasn't in on every detail and knew exactly what was going to come out. You know what I'm saying? So they just said that. So. You know, I mean, people. I mean, I
thought he was portrayed cool. Like he had that one moment where he was upset about something. Other than that, I thought Scotty was dope in the joint.
Me
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
That I feel like this documentary also let people, like the sports fans, know that people back then are fucking human too. So people are going to make mistakes because people put a lot of blame on the players right now. They call them soft or mentally weak or this, and that, but. Some of the things that they were saying back then shows the double standards where Barkley was saying he was okay with losing to Jordan because it's Michael Jordan. If LeBron says that right now, it's a wrap.
Right.
If KD say that right now, it's a wrap. If any of them top players say it's okay to lose to whoever, they're going to tear them a new asshole. So it was good seeing it out in the open where it's like, no, these guys think this too. About whoever is the greatest player during that time. Like, you don't think people was super mad at Kobe those couple years where he had the West on lock? Like, people was upset at that. And it's like, well, it's Kobe. Right. Yeah, it's Kobe. They have the better team. You can't push through. Now, it's not something you would like to hear, but it is truthful. Then you got Scottie Pippen actually quitting on his team during the game.
Yeah, that was real.
That
He
was
literally quit. Now, we seen LeBron, and some people may think he may have given up or something like that, but to have everybody on the team literally say, oh, no, he quit, and they ended up winning the game, it's like, wow. Like, this is what we living in. So I think the double standard that it's shown is the generation that we living in right now isn't that far off from the 90s, man. The game has changed, but the mentality is still there. The kids that's playing today is still mentally tough.
Yeah.
But
and they got to deal with like an internet and the whole world being able to report at one instance. You know what I'm saying?
I will tell you this right now. If Dennis Rodman had an Instagram, good Lord. Good Lord.
Yeah,
but that's
he'd have been
just
wildin'.
and you know, Jordan, even with the pressure situation he was in. Can you imagine if Jordan, he probably couldn't go out to Atlantic City after a playoff loss.
Hell no.
You get what I'm saying? Like, but yet people are talking about OJ Beckham taking his wide receivers to Miami on a boat.
Yeah, he called him OJ. Yeah, he got murder on his mind.
Beckham into a killer.
Yeah. You got murder.
I said Odell. My bad.
He got murder. He got murder on his mind.
I didn't even want to say that. I was looking like,
I was trying to figure out if it was a different nigga.
I was playing that pulling in here. That's why he got murder on his mind.
My bad. But even like I said, OJ Beckham.
Odell.
Odell Beckham. My bad.
Damn.
I thought he was gonna say Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham. My bad.
Chipping my guy. He's an ex-Giant. Don't do that.
He took his players down to Miami for a day the week leading up to a playoff game.
I remember that they was on like a yacht and shit.
Yes, and they crucified him for that. Yeah. But can you imagine, like Jordan lost a playoff game and he's gambling thousands of dollars in Atlantic City. And that was after the loss. This is before anything. They was
making a big deal about that nigga losing some bread when he got just endless bread. Like the nigga had so much.
But that was my thing too. It's like, but it ain't your money. Like they was trying to create a story like, oh, he has a gambling problem. He's dealing with like, yo.
That nigga don't owe nobody no motherfucking bread. Like, are you fucking
listen, it's levels. It's levels to life, man. It's levels to this shit for real. And you know, a lot of people will have something to say. And I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no issues with Mike. I think Mike is one of our legends, one of our greats. You know,
they said that nigga be shitting on fans, nigga. Niggas be happy. Listen, wait a minute. They should have. Why didn't they put Chameleonaire in that documentary? Because that nigga said Mike just embarrassed the shit out of him, and he's a fuck. At that time, Chameleonaire was a motherfucking superstar. Nigga had like the biggest song in the country. They had a Def Jam party or whatever. That's really for Chameleonaire. They said Mike told that nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, nigga.
What? Nah, Mike ain't talking to people like that.
He tried to take a picture with him.
Listen, I know Mike be on some shit because Mike believe in that shit. I think they said Mike was the one that him and Charles Barkley had the conversation about poverty, you know what I mean, and poor shit and shit like that. And they said Mike was like, nah, like if they can get up and ask for change, they could ask you what you want to take your order, you know, what you want today to eat. He was like, he don't believe in that. You know what I'm saying? So I know, but everybody different though. You can't listen, you can't judge a person for that, man. People work hard to be where they at, like, and I could listen. It's probably a lot of greats, not only just athletes, but it's probably like, look at what we dealing with for a president.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Like as far as like arrogance, as far as like, you know what I mean? Like, and just powerful and, you know, so, I mean, but he still, I'm sure he took care of a lot of people, man. Mike did for a lot of people, and he's like he said, he's inspiration for, you know, youths to come, you know what I'm saying? And for forever, you know what I mean? He's a killer.
He's inspired me because he basically showed me that he's willing to give up points to hit somebody in the head with a basketball, nigga. That nigga went up, he could have scored and just decided to throw the ball and beam it off the top of somebody's head, nigga, that he felt wronged him on the court.
When you that good,
that's funny.
You can sacrifice 2 points when you that good.
But listen, you got to understand, when you somebody like Mike, the whole league is against you. So it got to be frustrating. The whole league is against you constantly every game. That's just like for Bron now. They know these guys are like really like pretty much unstoppable. You can do what you want, set the plays
but you
want.
But you can't do whatever you want. Back then, yo, they was knocking these niggas out, like knocking them out. Like I was watching these games and I was like, yo, I don't even remember it being so physical. They were whipping. You was like literally on a battlefield.
Nah, that's true. Back then they was rough. I remember back because my team then and now is the Pistons. So trust me, I'm familiar with like the rough basketball. I was there for the original bad boy shit. That's why I liked them. They was just so violent and ghetto. But like even like, you know what I'm saying? Like now to this day though, like I don't think that, the only thing I will say about versus now versus back then is I don't think they were like built and strong and big as they is now.
No. Oh yeah, it's
like
different.
Now, if they start, I don't think now they could play like that. If LeBron, like, you know, people like LeBron elbow you, you might definitely like lose like all your fronts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if he going up and do some crazy
what's the
shit,
ball?
you know
Dwight Howard, that the shoulders look like they from
listen,
this side of the room.
Come on, Zion, bro. He just came out there. He's fresh. He's young. He's powerful. bro, he dunk on you. I mean, the same power that he dunk with, imagine him just punching you. Like, come on, my guy. Like, they can't do that now. So it's different times, and, you know, we got to enjoy it all. We got to embrace it all. For us, for people like me, I feel like I'm blessed because I've really been there for both eras. Like, I got to watch Jordan. I got to watch Kobe, rest in peace, and I'm getting to watch LeBron. So I feel as though we truly like blessed from like a blessed era.
And I'm gonna throw Iverson name in there because
yeah,
we got to watch him too. But it was also good to see that two things can be true, man. You could be somebody's friend and want to kill them on the court too. And I think they get that misconfused with the players now. Oh, these guys are too friendly. These niggas was playing golf the day of the playoff game. They was hanging out. They was doing what you supposed to do. You're supposed to get into a network and start networking, be friends with people. But when it's game time, yeah, you understand. When everything is on the court, you're allowed to kill that person on the court. Off the court, those guys are friends again. So
shout out to all them dudes, man. Definitely a great documentary. Amazing. Yeah, it was amazing the amount of work that was put into it. They gave you 10 hours of fucking documentary.
Title? What's the title?
It's called The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Oh yeah, because
just so everybody could check it out.
Because the whole purpose of it is, imagine you're the best player in the world, you got the best team in the world, arguably, and they tell you, even if you win 82 games straight this season, you're done.
It's over. Yeah,
you're done. We rebuilding the team no matter what. Y'all not coming back. Phil Jackson ain't coming back. It's over no matter what you do. And that's the whole premise of the Jones. So shout out to them. Wally brought up something that I wasn't aware of. You know, I don't know about Michael Jordan's situation. He never got caught in no like scandals with like chicks or nothing like that. He wasn't in that type of time.
Nah. They would try to create stories, like I said, for the gambling part. They were legit trying to find something negative about him. So that was just something they were bringing up all the time. They were saying somebody that where's he from? North Carolina?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. They were saying
because I believe he was born in New York, but he was raised in North Carolina.
Okay.
So they were saying that, you know, he was dealing with some bad people out there or whatever. And they were even trying to bring his dad into it and everything. Like his dad had a gambling you know, just trying to create social
That's what they do.
issues.
But he dodged that good because if you can dodge hoes, you could dodge anything, because that's something extremely hard to dodge, especially when you got that type of money. If you could dodge hoes.
Well, for a long time, I believe he was married. He had a wife who, because I know that what Wally's saying definitely got to be truth, because they kept digging in like his personal relationship too. That's how we know that he had a wife, and there was like some type of like whatever conflict there. I don't know at times, you know what I mean? Because they brung that to the forefront, and I believe him and his wife finally ended up divorcing. You know what I'm saying?
I know she got a healthy motherfucking check.
Absolutely, but they was together for a minute. They was together for a minute. You know, so that's the
you're supposed to get that.
You're supposed to get that, and that's the plus side to that.
2 or 3 kids, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Right. So that's the plus side to it. That, you know, even with what Wally was saying, you know, they definitely try to tear some of our greats down, you know, and some of our legends down. And, you know, with them trying to do that, it's just a good thing that he probably was married and doing the family thing. And it was probably hard for them to do that, to create lies and, you know, try to like...
He did cheat. They didn't... But the thing is that when he did cheat, it wasn't like how nowadays, like, you know, we have social media. You cheat, there's pictures, there's everything. You know who the girls, where she lived, where she from, if she got her whole background. Back then, first of all, we don't even know who the woman was. It was never really talked about. Like, it was said, that's it. You don't even hear about it anymore.
But I could tell you something about her.
Got you.
What?
She was probably cool as hell. She was probably cool as hell, because that's what I want to get into. I got a question.
Don't know her. We still ain't hear from her, so guess what? She probably still cool.
Yeah, listen. Exactly. You feel
but
me?
he
cool
didn't
for
have
life,
no time
man.
to cheat.
So,
right.
So my question is, and this is to the fellas, but the ladies could definitely chime in. Why are hoes so cool?
It's because they got an inner fat girl inside of them that keep them grounded. That's what it is. They got the inner fat girl inside them that keep them grounded. Maybe they wasn't so pretty before. Now they got pretty. And then now it's like, oh, well, I still got the personality because I wasn't pretty. And now it's here. I had to carry it over, and it is what it is.
That's a rare situation.
I don't think so.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get right to it.
Thing, so you're trying to say every hoe used to be fat?
Essentially, that's what
I'm
that
mad
makes
He
crazy.
said inner.
Inner, not well. That's basically
Like fat,
saying,
like fat, or like fat, like PHAT.
No,
Like,
who says that?
FAT.
I'm confused.
This ain't Fat Farm, baby. This ain't. We
No, but you
ain't
can
taking it
feel
back.
you can feel fat if you eat a lot. But are you saying like they were fat and then they like?
Like he's saying
Lost-
they're like ugly ducklings, or like they inside they have a humble
Oh, okay.
character.
All right, move on.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, my opinion on it is I think deep down inside, we all got a hoe in us. I think deep down inside, I think our fantasies is to be able to just be a hoe with nobody watching one time or sometimes at night. And that's women
All
and
the
men.
time.
Listen,
What
keep
you
it real.
talking
Listen,
about? This is
let's
all-
be
every
honest.
day.
Listen, let's be honest. The dudes we know, like, come on, dudes and the women who like, they just like letting you know, like, yo, I'm single and I do what I want. And I move how I want, because that's basically like, you know, what we would call a hoe, what people call hoes. Like, yo, she sleep with multiple guys. You know, she don't have no one guy. Same thing for a guy. He's just, you know, tricking off. He's dogging all the broads, you know, and he don't have no one broad. So this is what people like to attach hoe to. Yo, he's a hoe. That's a male hoe. Yo, she's a whore. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But a lot of times, some of these people is just free people who like, living their life. They not afraid of like the rules that society have placed on us. Like, yo, you can't see multiple people. Right. You know what I'm saying? At one time. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. But I think we all really, really, really got a hidden hoe in us.
So, question though. So, all right. So, what would be the definition of a hoe?
So, all right. So this is what so there's a real definition. I don't even want to get to that.
Yeah,
But
no.
No,
yeah.
I don't want to get to my real definition because it kind of bails people out or whatever. But when we think of as a hoe, just when we talking about women, a loose woman.
But why it gotta be women?
No, because I'm speaking from the
Men
male
too.
perspective.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting
I'm just
till they
speaking.
finish.
I'm
Go ahead.
see. I don't
About
know
to
if
get
male hoes are cool.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a thing, but
Okay.
what men feel like a lot of times, the girls that's in the circle that are hoes are way cooler people. I mean, literally, like, yo, she just more fun to chill with. Like, they the ones that if you into sports, they understand what's going on in the game. She might want to rock on the video game sticks. If you smoke weed, she just blow and mind her business. Like, it's a different vibe with that.
So a hoe to a guy is a nigga.
Yes.
right. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what's
But
it.
wait,
That's kind of
but
it.
can you get back to your definition again?
So no. So what I'm saying is, a hoe is somebody that we look at as like, she's constantly getting hit off. Constantly. You run into another nigga, you talk to him, he like, yeah, dog, yeah. Oh, yeah, me and my mans both, just to let you know. When a nigga had to tap you with it, just to let you know, is that your girl? Nah, that's my people. Oh, all right, cause bet. This is how this went down. I know her from
Rain
such and
down
such.
on her.
Yeah. He tossed her to such and such. But they be dope people. And I got, you know what I'm saying? They be dope. Why are they so fun? And I wanted to talk about that. Like, what makes them, why are they so cool in comparison to the women that we really should be, you know, looking up to and shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there are women out there that have those characteristics, I can say, that you're looking for in a hoe, I guess. But I don't think they are considered a hoe. If she the homie and y'all just fucking, y'all just friends with benefits, so she gonna chill, lay back, she don't care. Once you put that title on her, which we had a conversation about this on a previous podcast, that's when shit changes, right? Once you be like, oh, this is my girl, you know, whatever, shit start to change. But if y'all not in a relationship, of course, she gonna be she gonna be with the shit. She gonna be chilling, you smoking weed, she smoking weed, you playing the game all night, she might ride you while you playing the game.
Damn.
All this shit going on. Check this out.
That's like X Games.
She just threw together a
That's like a
scenario.
whole X Games.
These are
That
the
means
things that's
she
going
will
on.
be
Rated
purchasing a
X Games.
PS5. You getting that new PS5, ain't you?
Hey yo, nah, but no bullshit. I get what she's saying, but my thing is like,
And she knows her place, though. She knows her place. That's a major key component.
Real quick, so just to butt in right there, this is what I'm saying. You could have a chick. It's not just the relationship part, because if sometimes you could deal with a good girl. Y'all not in a full relationship. But that good one is the one that'll overstep those boundaries of what we doing, what you doing. You feel what I'm saying? Because the hoe John is relaxed about the whole thing.
Because she doesn't eventually have any expectations.
Correct.
So when you put expectations on something, which is different from a man and a woman, the different times. I just watched this movie last night called Female Brain. It was crazy. But we set different expectations for times. That's things like, oh, in a month I should be doing this. Whatever he says, you might not communicate that. So a hoe's gonna be cool because she's like, I don't care about what we're gonna be doing next month, next week, 2 years from now, because I probably don't want a relationship or I probably have a relationship. So I'm gonna be cool with whatever. And then you have the girls that want a relationship and they might be a hoe but undo from being a hoe because they want to be with a guy, and they're gonna be like, you know what are you doing? Where are we going? Like, and start having expectations for you. So that's when the hoe I think it might take a guy to turn a hoe
into a housewife.
Let me tell you something. I hated the fact that I was always the nigga that they wanted to switch. Like, you know, I know the chick already was doing this or that. I jump on like, this is just gonna be fun, and then they just like, what are we?
Expectation. Yeah.
We're nothing.
Now what exactly? Now a hoe. Now
the hoe don't care.
Now we got hoes that like actually make money. They getting something out of sex.
Yeah, and then you got hoes
that's not a hoe. She tricking.
But that's what a hoe.
She working.
But that's so a hoe. So that's a prostitute. A whore.
No kid. Yeah. A
so
whore.
A hoe
I
is
hate
fucking,
that word.
So a hoe is fucking for free.
A hoe's basically fucking for free.
Right.
Yeah.
So
a hoe fucks for fun.
So hold on, listen. My thing is this again. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's the best behavior. Right, and for one, we do have male hoes, and male hoes are super cool. Let's be honest.
Everybody thinks that guys that have a lot of girls are cool, but if you're a girl and you got a lot of guys, you're fucking trash.
It's a double standard.
But that might be to certain women. That might be to certain women. Certain women still like it is what it is because y'all relate to it. Because you could have 20
if you
niggas
tell your
lined
girlfriend,
up.
she's gonna understand like, oh, you single and you need to be out there, and your girlfriend's not gonna judge you.
Girls, what they judge the most.
I just think
if I tell my best friend right now, like, yo, I slept with 3 guys last night, she's gonna be like, yo, you dirty as fuck. That would never happen. But if I say, oh, I'm single and like I went out with 3 guys last week, she's gonna be like, well, go out, meet people. Like, but I don't think she's gonna judge me.
That friend might be a good friend, but I'm gonna tell you this.
If you tell anybody else or people that aren't your real friends, they're gonna be behind your back like, oh, she a hoe, she this,
Girls
that.
be pretend friends a lot because they just come to
yeah.
you and tell you the wildest shit.
That's why you only tell your one friend or you don't tell nobody.
But that's what I'm telling you. They gonna call us hoes for like shit that people not necessarily really hoes for.
Yeah.
Like if you don't listen, like you said, if you go fuck 3 different guys in one night, then yeah, that's different. You more like you pass nympho. You freaky, you're
that's
super,
wild.
you into varieties,
Sounds
all
like
crazy.
Her sex
ambition.
drive is on $1 million.
Yeah, it's on $1 million and it's different.
Sounds
Whatever,
like
you're
ambition.
different. But
Ambition.
now, if
Sounds
you,
like wide coochie.
now talk to him, Chelsea. Now,
Whoever
listen.
that third guy is.
But listen, now let's say you the guy and within a month, or you the girl, now within a month, you don't have no guy. You tired of guys. So you want to keep your independent freedom. You know, and you have friends. You got 1 or 2 guys that you talk to, right? You probably pound both of them protectively, safely.
Yeah, that's not
responsibly. Right. That's not really like a hoe. So my whole thing is like,
But them girls who get drunk and get wasted, oh, I was with that guy last night or next guy this week.
But-
like, I would consider that hoe. Like, none of my friends are straight out hoes.
but all right, but look at this.
Because once you hang around one, you going to be perceived as one. Because guys talk. Guys will be like Dev said, yo,
Right.
oh, she easy or whatever. Guys talk, girls talk. So you can't really be in that circle because you're going to be looked at as a circle. And then you have the hoes that are okay to date guys that have boyfriends.
Right.
Like,
You could be there to change the hoes though. Cause I got hoe friends.
know.
And I'm like to change. I want to change them. I want to inspire them to do different. I'm not a hoe. And it's
can
crazy
change
because I've
it.
been out with them where the whole party about to go that whole party. And I take it home. I'll be like, ain't
just
my
like
cup of tea.
anything, you could lead
I'm
somebody
outta
to,
there.
you could
You
lead
could
the
be there to
horse to the
change the
water.
hoes.
But they might not want to change at the end of the day.
That might be your purpose, to change hoes. God might got you here.
Me?
Because I'm just saying,
Yo,
how many hoes you ever came across?
I could produce the
This is
show.
hoe
Chelsea
therapy.
Chelsea
Yeah,
change
whole
hoes.
therapy. Nah, I
I'm
love
fine
Chelsea.
with that.
I love Chelsea because Chelsea's different. You know what I mean? And she definitely give us like just different views and a different perspective from things. But will you say this now? As far as like, you know, because they consider, I think a lot of people consider like adult entertainers, porn stars, hoes.
No.
No, a lot of them have wives. I mean, husbands and wives.
Right,
and-
but
Oh, no,
listen,
yes, they do.
let's be honest. Listen, let's be honest. Let's be honest. We looking at this from the world looking
and we're like,
in.
oh, they a hoe.
Do people in the world, majority of the people consider these people hoes?
Yes,
and
they
like,
do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
really
Right.
don't understand it.
Yes, they do.
And we do. I think Wally do because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I get it. So
But still beat off to it. Continue.
So my thing is this. Dev, be quiet. You throw me off with the come on, beat dog shit. But listen, here we go. Okay, this guy, fucking nasty guy. Listen, here we go. Chelsea.
Yes.
Porn.
Yes. Are they hoes?
No, we are. No,
What's
we
the
not.
question?
The question is, you know how like on a freaky tip with your man.
Mm-hmm.
Would you and your man watch like porn maybe on like for like a freaky night for like? Would y'all maybe like watch it and maybe like fantasize? Like maybe that could be us.
I don't know. I don't have a man.
Well, if you did, could you? Well, saying you don't know, it means it's a possibility. That's really like my answer.
It could happen, but what's that got to do with being a hoe?
I think we all got
He
the
just
hidden
being
hoe in us.
So we live- so we live it.
Listen, where I'm
he was
going
walking
is,
us down
I
that
think
path.
we all
All right,
listen.
all
He
right.
just wanted to ask me a
listen.
freaky question.
I think we all got the hidden hoe in us. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
We all got that
I think
hidden
the better
porn star
question.
in us.
I honestly think the
I'll
better
call it a
question
hidden
is
freak,
just,
not a hidden hoe.
would you even make a
Right, not a
porn?
hidden hoe, but you know what I mean.
Because that'll say a lot too. That is that inner hoe in us.
But why?
actually
but why,
making that?
why does it have to be an inner hoe? Like I'm just confused.
Well,
We're being
that's
loose.
just
Like your
that's just the
inner
word for the day. That's just the
It
word
could
for
be
the
a
day.
freak,
Inner porn
not a-
star.
That's what I was gonna say.
Inner
It could
porn
be a
star.
freak.
Inner porn star. We're
Of
all
course,
on
as
West
a
Coast
woman-
Productions. Everybody. Me, you, Garnett, Chelsea, but we all got
And then back
separate
to the
partners.
original question. We will all be cool, right?
Want me to take some out?
I'm getting a pistol tatted right on my ribs. The 38 snug. Now I gotta be the long.
Yo, wild.
Nah, it's like
Take some
But no real shit. I just do believe. I don't judge people, man. I live my life like that where I really don't judge people. Now, if we know you doing something super scandalous, like you said, 3 guys in one night, come on, that's different. Different guys. That's just way beyond different. And
But
know,
you wouldn't look at that person and be like, they're cool. Oh, she fucks 3 guys a night. She's cool.
Well,
No.
yes,
No.
She can be
That's
cool.
what we're. That's
No,
what I'm
she
trying
can
to
be
say.
cool,
Yes,
though.
yes. You'll
I'ma
be
tell you
like,
how she
she's
could be
so
cool.
chill to
Yeah,
to
but
chill
But she
with.
don't give a fuck.
She might still be a good person, but that's it. You just hit the key. That's what makes them so cool.
Because they
and that's
don't give
why
a
people
shit.
still
They don't give a
accept them.
shit.
Right.
Because you know what would make her cooler than getting that done to her and just having the guys talk about it? If she bust through the fucking door and say, oh, I know what y'all told my nigga. I hammered you last night. I fucked him the day before, and I fucked you earlier. Pussy, all your little dick niggas. I hammered all y'all. Y'all know what's up, and I'll fuck y'all. I'll fuck your cousins too. Listen, she'll be the coolest. She'll be the coolest motherfucker in the world.
No, she won't. I would be scared. I would be afraid if a Joe walked in and was like, "Oh, I'll fuck the shit out of you next week." I'm like, "No, you won't."
But she already fucked you. What if she walk in and say, "Come on, Garnett, you know me and you popped last night.
Listen.
I'll get you again next week."
Yo, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna feel like you demasculated.
Right.
Don't come in here and talk like
That is hilarious.
that. Means she gonna smack my ass when I walk past, and I'm not going.
He talking to you like rappers talk to the video Jones and shit, just trying to disrespect them. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
just kill
dog.
me.
bro. Listen, when they own it, and I might exaggerate a little bit, but when
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
when they own it, bro, people respect it, bro.
Yeah, when you
just
don't
like,
care.
listen,
When you're like, fuck it.
you just like, listen, you tell a girl quick, like, look, I ain't getting no girl. I ain't playing with y'all. Nobody playing with me. You want to fuck? You need something?
And then people be
You
turned
like
on
me?
like, oh, they don't give a shit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Get on
Yeah,
it.
and that's when because niggas will look at that and be like, "Damn, I know she nasty."
Y'all,
that's the first thought.
So this is where this goes. So this is why I'm going now, walking down this path. What he said, niggas start looking at it like, damn, shorty probably like a whole fun ride, like a whole adventure. You feel me? And when a nigga meet a chick at first, you got to be careful with hoes because they so cool. Because a dude will meet a chick, be like, she bad, she loose, she might be even untrustworthy in the sense of dealing with men. And you start fucking with her, and you think you gonna just hit it and
leave.
bounce. But what happens is you hitting it and she's dope as hell to chill with. So she don't just leave. Y'all smoking. She rock on the game. She understand bars. None of the other chicks you know understand rap. She arguing with you like, nah, nigga. Hove said when I removed the roof and let you like, damn, she cool as hell. So now you chill with her. you smoke with her, you watch movies with her,
Yeah.
you
So
be
now you
out
about to
partying
turn
with
the hoe
her,
out.
you drink with her,
Wifey.
you fuck with her, you sleep with her.
Wifey.
What that start becoming?
Wifey.
So now if you doing all that and you spending that time with that person and you sleeping with them and then you take the joint off, now y'all in there raw rumbling. Even though you know what it's supposed to be and y'all set y'all boundary mentally, that's yours. But when you bring her around your peoples again and she do what she normally do, new nigga alert. You know what I'm saying?
shit.
New nigga in the room.
She see the connect.
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
the plug through this time.
Exactly. And next thing you know, she over there, oh, what's up with you? What's your name? Da-da-da. You see them exchanging them numbers and the nigga start looking over like, so what's happening here? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And next thing you know, she's somewhere else. I've seen niggas get bent up and broken up about that, or the homie come through and smash and shit like that. So that's why I brought that up, because niggas can kind of, in a sidetracked way, kind of fall for them hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are dangerous.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
A female will take a male hoe and think like, he's retired. And believe it or not,
Still got my jersey on, baby.
No, listen, believe it or not, because I know I've lived a life and I know some people, but yo, listen, no, real talk. Shout out to Khaled and Joe. They be saying that it's hilarious, it's amazing. I respect it. But for real, like, I know some people, and I know people who have been taken in males and they really like changed their life and they did good. But I get what you saying, that it's always that thing, like, that hoe can still come out. If you try to ever turn a hoe into a housewife, that hoe is always still in her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or in him, not even just females, because we got male hoes out here. We got male hoes.
Because I know some that just can't control themselves. Like, they literally can't. And this is what my definition of a hoe is a person, not a person that sexually does what they want, a person that can't control themselves. So they'll do something that they know is a situation that's going to kind of violate, like they can't not cheat on their boyfriend. Right. Or they know it would be a bad move to fuck this person at work and it's going to ruin something that could happen at their job, but they can't help themselves. You know what I'm saying? I've had situations even with niggas in the room where a chick might hit me up. I know what she is. Dev, come through. Come through. Nah, I'm good.
Because you already know.
I'm good. No, because I just moved. I'm not fucking with that. I done moved on to better things. I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking with that. And they call Garnett. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
best man. The best man.
They gonna go through the homie list. Like, listen,
That's
I hit
funny.
Dev. He like, no, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see.
Were they just scrolling down the Rolodex?
Listen, man, but listen.
Wait, they hit Garnett, and then what happens?
Ask it. I don't know.
So what happens? They hit you up, and then what?
I'll go to sleep. That's what happens.
Oh, you don't go through.
He
I
put
don't know
him
what
to
you're talking
sleep.
about.
You know what he do?
All
He
I
take
know
one
is
for
at
the
the end of the
team.
night,
He
I'm
does.
sleep. I'm sleep at the end of the
He
night.
And why
take
is
one
he
for the
sleep?
team.
I don't know what anybody else is doing, but at the end of that night, I'm sleep.
He get rocks to bed. He get rocked to bed.
Exactly.
I go on.
You take one for
I
the
go
team.
on IG. I see somebody in the back.
Right.
A shadow.
I think I know that guy. I think I know that kid.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I think it's just
That
a
ain't me,
difference.
man.
I think it's just a difference, and yeah, like we can't. I don't want to like make it seem like we got to understand that we living in a world where like for a long time like we've been afraid to like be brutally honest and just really like live reality. You know what I mean? And the reality is that relationships are really like kind of like I think are like just in bad state right now. Like have been in bad state. Like I don't think we know how to act. Like just with they always been like a tough thing, something that people got to really like work on every day and work through. And now with like the internet, social media, just so much access that we have to each other and to just other people and to reach out to people, I think that kind of like affected relationships to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
Not only that they've been difficult, but now, like I said, now in this day. So it's just, I don't think like being honest and being real, you should be able to tell a person like, nah, it's just me and you. Like, look, we gonna get to know each other. But I will just fuck me and you, or I don't want to say it like that. I will just have sex with me and you, and I respect that because health. No, real shit. Like health, and all that shit matters.
Yeah.
I want to know if you out here, because you could be out here like thinking like it's cool
Rolling the
for you
dice.
to be side swiping the Willie nigga from Philly or the Willie nigga from New York that I don't know about. But then he could really be like the dirty Dick Harry.
Yeah.
And the dude who trashing 1,000 broads raw, sticking his tongue in everything.
And niggas.
Oh, crazy.
That's
because,
the kicker.
No, crazy because
that's a real thing.
That's a thing. Listen, crazy. And then you got that shit coming back to me. So it's like, I ain't mad at no woman like taking it super serious and wanting to converse about this shit. Like, what you want to see? Paperwork? We go get paperwork.
Who else I think need to be honest too though is on a different note. Same thing is if you like a hoe,
Yes.
tell your friends, please.
Yep.
Tell them. Be honest. Don't be afraid to get clowned. Please tell them, cause ain't nothing worse than a nigga being mad at you because he told you a chick was just a jump off. She ain't nothing. I don't care, bro. Go in. You go knock it down. And then a nigga really feeling some type of way in his heart, that shit buzzing around in his heart, you know what I'm saying?
I had to learn that early, that it's better to be truthful to your friends about the people that you enjoy, because it's animals around.
I disagree.
It's literally wolves around at times, especially if you haven't sealed the deal. So you basically, I like a get together, if you just got a shorty or whatever that you like, whether she is a hoe or not a hoe, but if that's like y'all first date,
If that's your project, you working on that.
and you know your friends. That's the reason why y'all friends. They cool.
Yeah.
Women gonna think they cool too.
Yeah.
And that's just a natural thing, especially when everybody's around. But if your friends don't know what's going on, they can't help you out.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is if you tell them, yo, this, I'm working on this. If they your real friends, they throwing you oops all night to make you look your best.
Yeah.
But if you fronting, they gonna throw themselves the oop. Everything coming off the backboard to themselves that night.
Yup.
And then now you fronting stuck. And I almost got one of my old ladies hit at like 18, 19 years old because of that. And the thing is, I wasn't even mad. I looked at my bull. He was like, yo, I mean, you said it was cool. And I was like, I did. Now it's not cool no more though. And he like, all right, well, next time, just let me know, because she almost got hit walking past. And that's what happens.
Because I've
So
seen a lot of
be
niggas
truthful.
fall out behind shit like that, where it's like, nigga, you rather niggas clown on you that's your homies. No, then for you to be walking around with that heavy heart. Nigga got a heavy heart, nigga.
But that's the thing, like, you gotta, I think, and the reason why I said I disagree is because at that point, if you know that baby girl live a whole lifestyle, you know she for the homie, she for everybody. She fucking with everybody. She's, not just friendly, because ain't nothing wrong with being friendly, but beyond friendly with everybody, and you kind of like know it and see it. I just feel like at that point, you kind of like gotta have like the discipline and the manly, we got to be manly enough to keep it player and say, you know what, now we all players, me and all my homies, because I just feel
That's
like,
true, too.
I just feel, and it's just the flip side to it, G. I feel like this, bro. I feel like it's going to be hard once I tell it, because a hoe going to be a hoe regardless, especially the hoe that we was talking about earlier, the one that own it. And she just love being, you're not changing me, nigga. Don't even think about it. Them type. Like, so could you imagine, like, you done told the homies, like, yo, listen, I dig her. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all can, nigga, just try to be easy. And then we at the next cowboy party here. Everybody got the cowboy shit on. And you come, here she come see you first. She come look out for you first. Sit on you, little lap dance. But next thing you know, she just reach across, grab your homie meat and just start, this shit off the wall. And you told the homies that, like, you was ready to try to wife it. And they didn't do nothing. She all over me.
Here's the thing. I don't even think that niggas necessarily be trying to wife. It's more like this. And this is how bad it is with men and the way we look at women. We might look at women lower than an item. Because a nigga feel that way about his jacket. Rich don't want to see me just put his hoodie on and walk outside and be like, bro, I just needed to walk outside. It's like, bro, well, why'd you put my hoodie on? Why'd you bite a piece of my sandwich? Mm-hmm. But you want to suck on my titties. Like, even if I don't care about these titties, like, it's my whore. See, some niggas be in a crew and they be like, in this circle, this my whore. See, she's in 10 other circles, but I just don't want to suck on the same titties as you, nigga. So niggas got to figure out, them niggas got to speak up and say something, because everybody is everybody not so don't care about it. I know niggas that feel some type of way afterwards, but told niggas to give niggas the green light. I've had niggas take me to chicks like Shorty says she want to holler at you, bro. Yeah. You know I'll be trashing her. You go ahead, man. Nah, she says she fuck with you, and then later on,
they don't fuck with
niggas is mad as hell. Like that, they still my boy, but they was upset. They didn't. They was hoping that something didn't happen or the ball was dropped, but it happened. It's like, bro, you could have just literally told me like, yo, because also it might just take away some of your fuck time. You know what I mean? Like you had a certain amount of allotted fuck time, you know, during that month.
Now you got to split it in half. You split the
fuck time. It's like, damn, dog, I had that in the tuck. Like, I don't got no girl right now. That's kind of like my go-to to use that. You feel me? And now
here you come.
You using it. You between you and her real boyfriend, like my nigga.
It's a lot.
You know what I mean? Now you don't cut my fuck time.
Life of the hoes, man. We need the whole documentary after this.
And you gotta The Last Shake. That's what it's gonna be called. The Last Shake. 10 episodes. But now what I was
Netflix, get at us. We cooking it up now. I'm telling you.
Now you damn, what was I about to say? Damn.
Something about a hoe. Something hoish. I know that. Something hoish. It had to be about a hoe. It's probably like a confession.
Go ahead.
Was it a confession?
Hold on. Is this a confession, Gardner?
About your young Dominican hoeness?
I already confessed before. I almost got something hit because I wasn't honest to myself.
I thought you were talking about the other thing.
I
thought you was. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Talk about what?
No.
Oh, you better shut the hell up.
All right.
Everybody got a whole confession. Everybody got a whole confession.
What I will say is this: single men are hoarders of women. We don't like it. If we have a woman that we're dealing with, most likely we don't want them to be touched by anybody else. That's us to call 6 months later. That's us to call 2 years later.
It's my rotation.
That's you fucking up my team that I'm trying to build.
I already got you. Look, I got this one. Listen, I got this one on deck.
No,
she don't cost no money. I don't got to take her out nowhere. This is very low maintenance vagina.
I'm selfish. I'm P&B Rock with this shit. P&B Porter. Because I'm
the type of nigga that I'm such a like nice guy, and when I was dealing with chicks, they all get treated the same pretty much. You know what I mean? I'm just a nice guy. So whether the joint is like a superwoman that should be looked up to, she get treated nice. And if the Jones horse, she get treated nice. I just default nice.
But you gotta respect that though.
But this is what would happen. My boys might hand me something, and now it never go back to them. Cause they like, he's so dope. This nigga cool as hell. He nice as hell. I'm so respectful. You know what I mean? Like they be like, yo, what? Bro, what you?
I never been
doing?
respected as a hoe.
They like, what?
Like, he showed me like he treated me different.
I don't make them feel like I make them feel free in what you doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You make them feel rehabilitated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can
like the wholeness is
This
leaving.
is a no judgment. It's a no judgment.
He said
zone.
Garnett said it's deleted.
It's a no judgment zone. Oh, he on his Drea Michelle shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is that possible though?
I respect what she said.
Listen, he got deacon in him, pastor in him. We know he got deacon in him. So we know he done talked nicely to a couple hoes. Like, listen, it's all good. Everybody makes mistakes.
I'm the same way Dev is though. I'm pretty consistent. I'm just a good person. I don't try to treat anybody less than anything. Like I'm gonna just always be respectful no matter what. And in turn, that does put you in a different position where the woman is trying to settle down with you because she says, "Oh, he accepts who I am."
Drake, he said, "Treat him too nice. I don't even know if she a wife." Like, yeah.
Hey, Dev, listen, quick story though. When he said that, like, it reminded me of something like treating them super nice. Like, because I told you, I don't judge. I said that earlier. I don't judge people. I'm nice. I treat you. I talk to you. Whatever. I don't care what you come from. I had a shorty one time. We was kicking it. We was in the room. I'm ready to get it shaking though. I'm ready to get it shaking. I like her. She nice, thick, bad. Won't put her out there. Never put her out there. Never put them out there. Listen.
Was she brown skin, light skin? What?
Light skin.
Just paint the picture for me.
Light skin. I got a thing for light skin. I used to have a thing for light. Now I'm just more like whatever. I'm getting old. But yeah, she was super fire, super nice, and I'm ready to try to get it shaking. And we get in the room and we get to kicking it, like a little pre-kicking it, roll up. But then the conversation got like real. It got like family. Like she broke on me. And no bullshit. Like I just was a good guy. like my meat went away.
Yeah.
Like my meat left the building.
Like he literally packed his bags.
My
and
meat
just-
packed up and said, "This shit's sad, Rich. I'ma leave you here. You talk to her. This ain't for me." And no bullshit. That's exactly what happened. Like I just kind of like started consulting her because I was damn near like, oh, but it was like a tear jerking story.
He was like, I'm gonna tuck mine.
Yeah, and
in.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, it's gonna be all right, man. I'm like, she was probably like still wanting to pump, and I'm like, nah. It's cool. We ain't even gotta do that now. You made me like had me here feeling like I'm taking advantage. Like, so I get that shit, man. But
oh my
yeah,
God,
man. You know, we don't judge, man. To anybody, any women, male hoes out there, you know, just don't give up on finding something real. I think it's something real out here for all of us. You know, you gotta be patient, man. God say good things come to those who wait.
Yeah, women, stop thinking you could move to another state and start all over and delete your history. The world is way too small. Just own it and do that, because they come back to bite you.
All right.
It's gonna feel way worse when a nigga find out later. Matter of fact, we was gonna add something to the show, and I honestly wanna talk about this, and it was comments. It was like real wild comments from the internet that we wanted to highlight. And me and Rich came across one that was amazing. Ooh. It was an amazing, super intelligent, genius, Elon Musk level Socrates statement.
It was actually a woman. It was a female who was saying
it was basically this. What do you feel about? Do you feel a woman that respects herself gets trains ran on her?
Train like that. When we talking about you, Chelsea, we talking about what you mentioned earlier too.
Chelsea
that 3 guys at all one
did
time,
she respect
same
herself?
time.
Yeah.
3,
like you 3,
5.
4 dudes at once.
3, 4, 5.
No,
5.
What about you, Wally?
I don't know.
Train 5 all at once lined up.
I don't think she does not respect herself.
Okay.
If she chose to be there, that's what she's into. She likes that.
Yeah.
So that I don't think she does not respect herself. Now, I'm gonna just keep to my statement. I ain't even gonna.
What do you know?
No, we want to know.
This the Devinwade Show. We tell what's on our motherfucking mind.
I kind of have that same thing as you. Like, I respect myself, but then like if you're around and you know these 3 guys, they don't respect you.
Right.
So I guess
Wally,
you
your
might
friend,
have to be turned on by that. Men not being respected by you.
If your friend is like, Wally, yo, last night this shit was jumping. I went to these niggas' crib. We was all kicking it.
Right.
One bull whipped out. I just was like, fuck it. All 5 of them just went in on
That
me.
might be something she into. See, I can't be mad. I've come to a place in life.
Wally,
where
you don't
I've
want
met-
details. Keep it real.
low key. But I'm a person, I love details and stories, so I need details. But I feel like I came into a place in life where like you meet so many different women, and it's not like, you know, she feels disrespected. That's just what she's into. She might just be into like, you know, getting fucked by multiple men. She just likes that. She likes
Bukkake.
sucking on dick and just doing her thing.
shit.
Like,
yeah, no, you're right.
I mean,
you're
certain
right.
women just like that. That just might be what she's into.
So maybe my statement was wrong. Maybe in the moment she don't want no respect because that might turn her on in that moment. But then she might clean up and go out and have a 9 to 5 and be like, whatever. But
on some bullshit shit.
yeah,
Right?
in that moment you can't be like I respect myself and there's 2 dicks slapping you from 2 different ways. Like you
That's
can't be
mad
that type of
respectful
person.
though.
What do you mean?
Maybe she thinks more of herself. Like I'm too much woman for less than 3 dicks.
Maybe, but
the crazy thing is
can't relate.
that I actually
Right.
have a friend that wants to get DP, a woman friend, right? She wants to get DP. And that brings up the attitude that kind of Rich had earlier about the girl busting in there and just owning that shit. Where if that's what she want, that's how she's going to feel. And to her, that may be respectful. Even to the men that's there, that may be respectful, because if everybody want it, where's the disrespect?
That's what I'm saying. So she's getting pleasure out of it.
Yeah, but don't the guys? I haven't watched porn in a long time, but when you watch that shit, they don't act like they respect
That's
the
porn,
women.
But that's
No.
porno.
But,
It's just,
but if you're really doing it, I feel like men get turned off by like taking like that power and like kind of disrespecting women. Not in every situation, but when women get choked and slapped around, like that kind of freaky shit.
this 10?
It's not like respectful. Like he's getting turned on by like doing things that are not respectful, right?
But one-on-one,
but why?
it's
but,
women that feel that is respectful. That's
Yeah, that's
exactly
what
what
I'm
they
saying. It
want.
might
They
not
want
be
to be
on
choked.
Correct.
They want to be spit in their mouth.
That's
and
why
all of that
Wesley's
other shit.
talking to them like that.
That's freak. That's
Yeah.
freaky. Freaky stuff.
That might be what they into
Lot of-
though. Like
lot
we
of
can't
saliva.
even be. We can't even
Lot
be.
of freaky saliva.
That's nasty.
That's
That
gross.
is not.
The fact that you brought the spit in the mouth thing.
Because no.
Hold on, can I say something? Can I say something? Hold on.
Extra
Can I say
wet.
something?
Like,
Somebody,
nah, I don't know about this.
a long time ago, a
Extra
guy
wet,
sent
though.
me a picture. It was like it was kind of like a GIF almost, but it was like drawn or whatever, and it was a girl with her mouth open, and it was a guy, and the girl was spitting in his mouth, and I was like, that shit is nasty. Like, why would you want me to?
They did that.
And spit in your mouth.
Yo,
like,
girls love it,
they
and
did
it's
that.
very highly talked about. I see a lot of chicks
What?
posting up memes and shit that's like, choke me, spit in my mouth.
I seen,
Da, da, da.
my
All
God.
I seen one of them dip sex joints. I ain't even gonna hold you. I seen one of them. Shout to Dipset. They put out a version of pornos, a whole edition of it. Shout to Cam and Jim and all of them. I thought it was genius level. But they put out dip sex, and I actually seen a dip sex where I think it was Roxy Reynolds' nasty ass. And shout to Roxy. I love Roxy. But she like really like I think they like. They was sucking the nigga or something, bro. And I think like the nigga like you know, they courted and then went back and kissed the nigga, bro.
Oh no!
Wow.
See,
And like,
that's
yeah, like
why?
savage level.
Hold on. Why would Dipset have that on it?
Why don't women so disrespectful like that? Why would y'all do that? That was crazy.
That's
They
the
was-
same thing
they was
y'all
like-
be doing though.
No,
Y'all
they was
be-
really like the male porns that night. They was like the porn stars that day. He was like more like the
He was just
when that
there.
shit happened. He was like just getting abused. It was like crazy.
He
I
wasn't
was
getting abused.
Nah,
Use
that was
word
nasty.
lightly.
Nah, that was nasty for me. At that point, I was like, oh, fuck
Hold on.
this.
So we don't
I
get
gotta
lost
switch
real
over.
quick. So you think the woman, if a woman does have, a couple trains,
Right.
you think that counts as like if it was 4 niggas in one, 3 in one, then another 3 in another one. Is that 10 dudes, or you think that's just like 3 dudes? It's three
Sexual experience.
bodies, 3 bodies.
It's one. Hold on.
Because a chick will not count it. They'll count him as one nigga. Like if it's 2
They
dudes
count
at the
all
same
three as
time.
one. Like, they're a team.
No.
If it's like Jerron and Darnell, it's like
Jerron and-
Jarnell. It's like
Okay,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
they're
Like
one.
like
They're
they put it
collective.
together. Jarnell,
What?
yeah, like Jarnell hit it.
I mean, nah.
If it was
You
3
had-
niggas in a room, you had 3
You had
dicks.
3 niggas. That's it.
Well,
There's
see,
no
listen,
like
this-
individual.
You can't group
This
niggas together.
Hold on, let me
Like
intervene.
they all one dick. No,
let me
that was
Transformers.
multiple.
Listen, let me intervene and give y'all the comment of the year. And this is where all this stems from, because me and Dev just be finding the most hilarious, wildest shit. And I be like, Dev, you got to see this. But it was a guy who put up a post. And you know how sometimes people put up a post and then somebody will come comment and
Right.
the comment will be crazy, so the comment will get attached to the post.
Right.
And then it get spread it like that. It was one of those where the guy put the post and he said, you bitches swear that if you do a train with 10 niggas, it's only one body. And the bitch, who's the MVP of the year for the females, excuse my language, not bitch, woman, the woman that came for women empowerment.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. She came and said, oh, well, if your dumb ass, she was like, well, if your bitch ass get jumped by 6 niggas, she was like, you gonna go tell your niggas what? You had 1 fight. She was like, you ain't gonna go say you got beat up by 6 different niggas in 6 fights.
That's true.
I was like, wow. She made me just look at the whole shit from a whole different perspective. Like, nah, that's true.
Just drop
She's
the
a
bomb.
she's a
A
spin
dude gonna
artist.
go tell his homie, like, yeah, I just caught wreck. I got into a big, wreck, whatever. With like, it was one situation though. With like 5, 6, 7 niggas. And she was like, basically, that's her. If she trains the niggas, it was one situation. She just handled everybody. She's a warrior. That's how she was. That's how she came. Nah, but shout out to her, man. It was hilarious. It was hilarious when I showed it to Dev. He couldn't stop laughing and shit. We was like, we gotta talk about it.
because
That's
it
good.
was a great fucking comeback, and it sounds like she was admitting that she's
Yep.
had some train action. You know what
Or
I'm saying?
at least thought about it, or maybe heard a close story.
Yeah, she's an advocate
Yeah.
for her friend.
Yeah,
So
that's a great word. She's definitely an advocate.
She's probably one of those truth speakers though that we speak about. One of those brutal, you know what I mean? Just I'm living my life, man.
right. Well, getting jumped by 7 niggas or fucking 7 niggas could land you in the hospital.
Absolutely.
And I want to
Or
talk
on West Coast production.
or on West Coast. I'm gonna take some.
It might go
I'm
good
gonna
for
take
you.
some out. Want me to take some out? It'll end up in a hospital where healthcare is a motherfucking crazy situation, man. And I wanted to talk about some of the situation, especially in the situation right now with like COVID-19 and all this shit going on. And then you're hearing about stuff where it's like they're writing up shit as coronavirus. That's not
Right.
What's the number? How much do they get when you if you go into the hospital and they have to put you on like a respirator? It's like they get a certain amount if they're doing it for COVID. It's like 2 steps to it. Like if you come in there and it's, it says that you're a COVID patient, they get a certain amount. If you have to be put on a ventilator,
Right.
you got to be put on a ventilator, then they're paid like 30 something grand. So they said they kind of like running the bag up by saying everybody has that, putting in you're misdiagnosing people.
Right.
So there's a lot of like malpractice and shit like that going on right now. And I know Rich, just had like a little situation.
Yeah. And I actually, when me and you chopped it up and kind of like Pre was just going over stuff, I told you this was something that I definitely wanted to chime in on just because of my real situation, which I don't mind sharing with the people, to a certain extent. But I just, I got like something that I got to kind of like get removed. And I've been back and forth to the doctors just about like, the surgery process. It ain't nothing crazy. It ain't nothing like life-threatening, nothing crazy. It's just something that I could either choose to live with, and this could be a headache, a little pain in the ass sometimes, or I could go and have a surgery and have it removed and possibly have it removed. It's like a 10% chance that it'll come back versus now when it be regular. And before this whole corona thing, I was talking to a doctor who specialized in like the surgeries or whatever, and we talked, everything was regular. And I was contemplating possibly doing the surgery. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. I'm not big on going under the knife with no doctors.
Right.
I'm not crazy about doctors at all, honestly. Like, my dad didn't do it. My mom did. My mom had relationships with doctors back in the day, which I think was a little different. I think back in the day was a little different.
Most men, though, are afraid that the doctor will let our fucking arm fall off. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially now, because now I just feel like, and that's going into what we're talking about. I just feel like it's just really becoming like more of a business like everything else in this world. And I get it because it is a business and we understand that it is. And I'm not, and shout out to all the healthcare, the essential workers that's out there fighting through this corona thing and they fought for us, and all the great doctors that we have out there, because this is not what I'm going to speak on. I'm speaking on like, doctors who out there who not really like out there for like the people, to serve the people and protect the people. I'm talking about doctors who really might just be in it for a check. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think these is one of those fields where like those people kind of like should be allowed in. I think it should be like kind of like a process to make sure we get the proper people in there, because I just recently went to a doctor, right? My doctor I was talking to before about this surgery got moved. And I didn't find out until I called back to try to get some medication for like when this little thing that I deals with tries to like trigger, I could take medication to make it go away, versus it getting big and then I got to go to a hospital. They got to kind of like cut me, all this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So I told the doctor that I had like pills or whatever, and then I ran out. So when I went to go call for the new doctor recently.
You talking about like antibodies?
Yeah, like antibiotics. So when I called for the new doctor, my doctor got changed. And now I got a new doctor. And he was just really like friendly from the rip. He was really like, yo, just come in. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, slow down. Like, I just met you, right? This over the phone. And I'm like, yo, I'll come in. He like, come in. We're going to set you up for the surgery. It's nothing. You don't really need to, he wasn't like a fan of like me even taking the antibiotics to make it go away, which was originally informed to me and brought to me as like an option.
Right.
Like, I don't have to get the surgery. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So this guy just came off like he just had the knife in his hand, nigga. I'm on the phone. I'm thinking he got the knife in his hand.
He's sharpening that shit.
Listen, he was sharpening it and then I told him, I said, go ahead, set up the consultation, right? So I go in there yesterday. And this guy just like really like beasting like to cut me, man. You know what I'm saying? He like looking at, whatever, because I was dealing with like just like a tad bit little swelling. That's why I needed some, some medication, some antibiotics. And I was like, yo, like, he was just like, nah, you got to get this surgery. You got to get it now. And then I'm like, I'm almost leaning into it. Like, all right, fuck it. Like, I do want this. I don't want to keep on going with this. But then they bring up something new that I didn't know, that wasn't told to me before from the other doctor at all. But they said, yo, in order for you to get this surgery, you got to take a COVID-19 test. And I said, what? I said, what the fuck I got to take that for? You just took my temperature. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he like, no, well, it's how they doing it now. In order for you to get the surgery, you got to take this test. So I'm like, and I was about to sign. I'm like, oh, then he brung some lady in there that was supposed to be like his assistant. And I ain't gonna hold you. I felt like evil powers. I don't know, it was weird. I felt the lady looked like Large Marge from the Pee Wee Herman. Remember that movie?
That shit stuck in your brain. Yeah.
No bullshit.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure. That was that word.
No, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. She came in looking like Large Marge and Scrubs. No bullshit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Because he was he was trying to argue with me. I'm telling him like, yo, because I'm like, yo, he like, no, you got to get it done now. The governor just green lighted us to, be able to do the surgeries again. And I'm like, all right, slow down though. It's about to be like hot. I'm like, I'm hearing that it's not good to get this surgery done when it's hot. He like, oh, no, who said that? June is fine. We can do it in June. I'm like, no, man. I'm like, they said the corona might come back, a second wave of it. He was like, nobody knows what they're talking about. I'm like, bro, it happened 100 years ago. When another virus hit, he was like, yeah, that was a long time ago. It's different now. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm like, he really wanted to cut me, bro.
He was like pressuring
me to the point where I got mad. And I'm like, yo, bro, how you know that this corona won't come back? You talking about 100 years ago? How you know it won't come back? And then I'm running around trying to like be in and out these doctors, trying to like, doctor this surgery because the healing process is a little, issue. And when I brought it back to Dev and I called Dev, because I call my friends, I call my guys and say, yo, I just went through this because I really felt like he was like, when he said the governor just green lighted us to be able to do surgery again, I really felt like it was more like business for him.
He was trying to make up some money. He ain't been able to cut nobody and collect that bread in 2 months, my nigga. And he like, look, they just opened the floodgates up. I need to get some joints on my schedule, bro. I got a certain, cost of living. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain amount of money that I'm trying to make. Like I became a doctor for a reason, baby. I got to make this motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was looking at because there's something called bedside manner that you have to have no matter what.
Right.
When you talk to somebody about the fact that we're going to put you under, we're going to give you anesthesia, put you under, and then we're going to cut your body open and remove something. And there's always a chance of death in that.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to talk to the person in a friendly way to make them feel comfortable and say, hey, because he could have sold that even differently. Like, look, man, you're going through some pain. I really would like to relieve that pain for you and not have you going through that. I think it would be most beneficial for you to do this. This isn't about a money thing. He could have told you, but he didn't even know how to hide his hand. He just was just like, let's cut.
Well, he should have never even said that the government green light, like that right there would have just killed the whole conversation. I'm like, excuse me? Like,
he had an attitude, y'all. No bullshit. I felt like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm still human, regardless of where the fuck I come from, what I've been through, because niggas talk that street shit. Fuck that street shit. Niggas be human. And I went into this doctor's office looking for like help. I went in here looking for like help from the professionals who's supposed to, be experienced and specialized in the medical field in taking care of us. These are the people that went to schools and read all these books and did all this different stuff. And again, I'm not taking a shot at them. I just feel like it's some out there that ain't really out there for what they supposed to be out there for and not really on it how they supposed to be on it. Because if you don't care about people and you don't care about people's health,
you shouldn't be in that field.
You shouldn't be in that field. And yeah, we make a living by doing it. And I think they should be paid well. I think they should be paid exceptionally well.
No, doctors get paid extremely well.
Right. And even the nurses.
Even the nurses.
To the bottom level.
Even the doctors get paid hourly with their surgery. It's not like a nurse where and doctors only come in when they have to do a procedure. They don't, they're not like nurses. They're in the hospital all day, chilling. No, they only come in when there's something scheduled and stuff like that.
That's why everybody right now, and they, doctors, and it's crazy because he really came at me like, yo, I need this money. Like, what's up? Is you gonna get cut or what? And now, you really got a lot of people not rocking with these doctors and not rocking with like, you got a lot of people doing like the natural thing, looking more like into like holistic health and how to like,
which is the best health.
Right. Because right now, listen, the way that doctor treated me today, bro, I'm trying to search. I don't care how long I got to search. I'm trying to find whatever's out here in the universe to be able to like take care of myself and not go under no knife with no doctor because it's just out of pocket, bro. It's out of pocket. I really feel like they getting almost like mechanics.
And they might
how they say,
that's crazy.
It's
that's
almost
real.
how they say like mechanics was, yo, I'm a fix this, but I'm gonna fuck something else up. Or what I'm gonna give you to fix it.
Or I'm gonna tell you like, really, this could be fixed, but I'm gonna tell now you gotta replace the whole thing.
Yeah.
You don't know no better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like that shit. Listen, when people's live, with people's lives, bro, I feel as though that's so fucked up. And you can't be mad at humans, right? For us, because my life is my gift from God, regardless of who the president is. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck all that president, governor, fuck all that senator, mayor, fuck all that shit from the low level to the top level. You dig me? My life is my gift from God. So at the end of the day, if you gonna tell me that these the doctors you want me to go to and these the vaccines you want me to take to keep the world safe, but I don't motherfucking trust y'all because of the way y'all done did me in the past or the way y'all did other people and the way y'all treating people, man, listen, y'all ain't dragging me no the fuck where. My brother just said that he read something like, yeah, soon they trying to pass something where you ain't gonna be able to deny the vaccine. You gonna have to like try to like take it. Man, listen, it's gonna be war out this bitch. They try to put something in me and my kids that I can't find out exactly what's in that vaccine. Every chemical, everything you putting in there that you saying is a cure or a prevention thing from something else. I want to know what it is. I want details. I want everything on paper before you think you injecting anything into me, my children, my family, anything, man.
But you know what's the crazy part about that, though? They don't even have the information that's in that vaccine. Not even the nurses.
Yeah.
The only people that have that information is whoever created it in that lab.
So you got to understand that the doctor is not the scientist. He has enough stuff to remember. Doctors have a well of knowledge, but they know like this disease needs oxyadrenaline.
Right.
They don't know what's inside that because they're not a scientist.
Exactly.
You know, so it has to be a wall of knowledge at certain steps. It's like I'm just trusting in what they told me. That's why you have doctors, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer or no shit like that. But I'll listen to everybody's point of view, and I've watched doctors come out and say, "Man, I feel terrible that I was telling people, giving them this vaccine schedule." And not knowing about the aluminum that was inside of these vaccines and everything like that, the things that, you know, because they said, that's not our thing. We go there to memorize the schedule. You know what I mean? Just to know what to treat what with, but we don't know what's in it.
I just feel like, man, like it's shit in the mix, man, because you got, you know, I feel like it's more of a business here for sure where we at. I feel like in a lot of places they probably trying to go that same route. I feel like in other places it's still different. You got like African doctors. I've heard about African places where the practice was different. They still on like real like natural shit. They didn't even want no help from like other doctors trying to come in. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want nobody fucking nothing up. They didn't want nobody coming in with that bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they still about their people. You know, so I just feel like that's the direction that the world need to go in. And if you don't want like anarchy, you know what I'm saying? Anarchy, for those that don't know, is a lack of government. And shit just chaotic. Everything just chaotic where government, everything is out of control. And I feel as though if you don't want that, then keep the world and the government, man, cater to the people. Be to the people. We're not prisoners.
The interesting thing I thought you said most about the story also was that they, you know, offered you the test where in order to get the surgery, you have to get the test. I think you got a glimpse of what a lot of this shit is going to be when everything opens.
Right.
I think they're going to either ask that same question a lot or tell people, hey, you can't do this without this, and have the power to deny you certain rights. I know I went to a vape store the other day, actually yesterday, and they had like a letter or something on the door stating, hey, if you've had COVID-19 recently, please don't enter our store. And my girl looked at that. She was like, what? Like, how can somebody do that or say that? And I basically said the same thing where it's like, yo, like, they're giving you the option to do the right thing now. But when all of this open, it's probably going to be a security guard or it's going to be them that's going to determine, hey, does this person look sick?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they're going to be able to shut you down and deny you just based off of what they feel. So I think everything right now, including your situation, it's just an early glimpse on how they're probably going to be treating people.
Until people got to have a vaccine card or something. Where it's like, you know, like if you got a vaccine card and now it's like, listen, we only take customers with vaccine cards. That's just a part of our personal thing. So that might make a person get to the point where it's like, yo, I said I wasn't going to get this, but I can't even go to the grocery store. I can't do this.
Right.
Or the head of household, a man might say, I'll be the one to get this. So, and I got to make all the runs and get stuff and go and do that because I don't want to do that with my kid. That would be a strange world. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I feel like that's the direction. Even it's coming to the point where I have a friend, one of my good friends, she works at a hospital. And she texted me last night and she told me, she was just like, you know, she's a nurse. And she was like, my job might not be guaranteed in June. And I was like, why is that? She was like, well, the census is low. She was saying not too many people are coming to the hospital. If before you're seeing 300 patients a day, now they're only seeing like 100. So if they start laying off nurses, could you imagine if something happens and then at this point you've laid off nurses, or she said the other option is that they'll put them like part-time. So you'll lose that.
They killed everybody.
All these people are not going to be able to get treated, or like, I'm just looking in that perspective, like, you know, just ahead. Like,
and I hope this wasn't done by them over-exaggerating something.
Right.
And then the outcome is a bigger disaster, business-wise, financially, everybody, the infrastructure, that was a greater disaster than the actual disease itself.
Right.
I think it is, man. I think the president think he knows so much about business, so want to, you know, because whatever you did well in certain businesses, and money is your thing, and business is your thing. And
business is not his thing.
Well,
though.
You know, supposedly, this is what everybody. This is what everybody. Besides the hate shit, besides his hate group, his hate support. This is the only other thing that people logically, legitimately, supposedly voted for him and supported him for, is his business ways. And to be honest, I feel as though like this different type of business, medicine, what we got hit with as a nation with this whole shit, you know, if this shit really did come from just like fucked up food and something God put on us, like whatever, like I definitely don't think we had the best fucking person in place, and things is definitely fucking crazy and they don't know what they fucking gonna do. Like you know, it's bad. A lot of people died, man. A lot of people died, and then you know, and don't get me wrong, I feel bad for your people because
not even that the laid off thing, but they even had an orientation where they're gonna have to mandatory, like it's gonna be mandatory. They're gonna have to get the vaccine to be a nurse. So once they release that, she's gonna have to get it, or she won't have her job. Yep. So that's basically the next step.
Let me ask you something, a personal question, right? As if let's say if this was you, right, in the field, right, in the world we living in, right? Let's say the world we living in, you've been a nurse for like 10 years. You accustomed to taking care of people, making a living like that, right?
Right.
Let's say as the world, everybody is really on some shit, some prevention shit, some eating healthy shit, right?
Right.
A lot of people stop coming to the hospital, right? A lot of people, business start getting slow. Your shifts start getting slow. They start breaking down your shifts. Your money not the same, everything. Do you rather that people start fucking up again and get sick so you can make some money, or would you rather try to find a different lifestyle and try to find something different to do with your life and realize, you know what, fuck it, ain't nobody getting sick.
I would try to find a alternative.
Because and the reason why I asked that,
like,
the reason why, and not to cut you off, but the reason why I asked that, because it wasn't even nothing about your personal, you know what I mean? Because you know I love you to death.
No,
this is about that I feel every doctor in America is really feeling like this.
Right. No, absolutely.
I feel like a lot of them right now to this point, they thinking about that.
Right.
Like, what am I going to do? I went to college 10, 12 years, and now everybody trying to fucking save themselves.
Why do you think it's a way? You got to figure out your own, what people are on. What are people doing? IV hydrations are like, something good that you can get into. There's so many things. I will hop into like a different market and be like,
hop into the market you supposed to be in.
Right.
The prevention market.
Right.
Yeah. Where everybody else at. Shout out to Pharmacy for Life. Rest in peace, Dr. Sabi. Shout his family. Get into the prevention market, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
You can sell us something, we'll buy it.
Right.
I just don't want to buy the shit you trying to sell me that's going to have me sick from something else 6 months later.
This is the entire argument with stuff like cures for cancer and how disruptive that would be to the economy, because so many people that have cancer treatment and things like that. Imagine you soldiered up to fight a war, and now the war is over.
Yep.
Now the soldier just looking for something. I need an adversary. I need something to fight. You know what I'm saying? So that naturally brings in different motives. And anytime, like with that, with the Bayh-Dole Act shit, and that's where if you discover a disease, you can own it. You know what I'm saying? Anything where a person can patent a disease, Patents are made so that a person could benefit off of something and say this belongs to me. And anytime you have something like that, it's going to be some funny business going on when it comes to owning a disease.
I mean, that's
shit
crazy
like that.
in itself. That's crazy that somebody can own a disease and
Right.
that it can be patented, like almost like pre before the shit even come out.
Right.
We've already like.
I mean,
Didn't you say that who patented the COVID-19?
I don't even know who patented the COVID-19. It's definitely got a patent though.
Yeah.
We could check that out. And people in the comments too. You can leave that information for this discussion as well. But yeah, man, that shit definitely gets a little bit wicked when we talking about the idea of people benefiting from shit like that. And Rich had talked earlier about anarchy and how it would be when people want to fight back and everything like that. And that brings us to a totally different thing.
Perfect. It leads right into it. Perfect.
Yeah, is people protecting themselves in the event of some anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't even got to go that far, man. Niggas been having to protect themselves for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to talk about the importance, whether you're for it, against it, of firearms, your personal feeling about firearms, whatever. You don't got to share whether you have one, don't have one, none of that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the importance of guns, legal, illegal, gun permits, all of that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought it was vital. I thought it was like crazy, a great thing for us to chime in on and discuss, because look, what we just spoke on leads right into it. If I can't trust doctors, if you telling me people coming to drag me and my family out my house as if we don't have rights, as if we somebody's guinea pigs, we somebody's lab rats, it's going to be an issue. And not only that, but I just feel like right now everything that's going on, shout out to the good police officers that we got across the nation, but we know we dealing with a big issue, a big problem. Police brutality. Dave Chappelle just recently, I read something, Dave Chappelle. I just want to be sure I'm speaking correctly. Dave Chappelle just recently said something like, yo, that's crazy that the COVID-19 stopped everything as far as, terrorists, mass shootings, everything that we was dealing with the world. But he was like, but it can't stop police brutality. They was like, ain't that fucking crazy? Through the COVID-19, we still getting police brutality. We still getting, police shoot motherfuckers, police beat. And we've been seeing it. We've been seeing the footage all crazy.
Yeah.
We seen the Ahmaud Arbery story. That's an ex-police officer.
They breaking up, family barbecues or whatever that people ain't supposed to have. We understand that. But how it leads to like hitting somebody over the head with a baton is
That's
like,
too
come
much.
on, man.
Yeah, just everything that would make you feel like, yes, you need to be armed. You need to be armed. You need to be like, not only that, I feel we late. I feel we've been so, especially a lot of like inner cities, ghetto communities, us, the colored people, minorities, like we've been at each other for so long that we was really like missing the game. While a lot of people, guess what? And God forbid it ever be like a race war or anything like that, because I love all people, man. I love my friends, man. I love good people, man. White, black, brown, Chinese, Asian, whatever you is, man, you a good person. I like you, man. I could rock with you, and that's just where I'm at. That's where the world need to be, because the minute this thing, like we allow, like we support negativity. If everybody getting armed up in like for like a race war, because I ain't gonna hold you. I follow pages that scare me. I follow pages that like make me think like, hold up, and a lot of them be like white boy pages where they like, listen, they strapped up,
Malicious style.
strapped up like malicious style. They strapped up, and listen, and ain't no judges, ain't no police, ain't no feds trying to run up in their house or take their shit.
How do you differentiate who should have it, who should not have it? Because I think like just like 85-year-old people driving, like they should get retested before they're driving because they could
That's
hurt
real.
somebody.
Nah, I think
just like guns. Like we can't just be like everybody get a gun because everybody protect yourself.
right.
Because you're gonna have that one nigga that's like, oh, I got my gun, I'm gonna use it to do something else, or
But
do something for the wrong reasons. But I believe people should be armed. I just don't know if realistically people can figure out how to control that.
So if a person does a crime and they get a felony, right? Should they not be able to protect themselves for the rest of their life based off of the fact that incident happened? So it's like basically forever. You just fucked. You can't. You know what I'm saying? That's a real question. Just broadly, it's not just you. It's just like that's a real thing. Like, yo, I got locked up when I was 18 for such and such. I have a felony. I cannot own a firearm.
Or be
That's
around.
just gonna have to depend on what you did. Like, if somebody came in your house and was trying to rob you and you shot them in the back running out, like, yeah, you should be able to protect yourself again. But if you ran into a store and was trying to steal like the money out the cash register with a gun, like, why you need a gun again? You wasn't protecting yourself.
I feel like on both sides, it's always going to be people that ends up doing the wrong thing with it. We see it.
That's why there's no way to tell.
Right. We see it in, down south and all of that because it's not looked at as being bad having a gun down south. For some reason up here, you got a pistol.
That's because when people don't have it, they want it and they act reckless. And then when people grow up with it, just like in Italy, the kids drink wine. They don't have DUIs out there. They don't have kids committing murders. But when you have it all the time,
you know how to be.
You know how to control it. But
Right.
when it's just all of a sudden tomorrow, everybody can have guns. Niggas gonna be acting stupid, shooting guns in the air.
In Jersey, they said it's pretty hard to actually get a licensed firearm. And going back to even what Rich said, talking about, like we had the game all wrong. They playing a whole nother game. And then now, we all jammed up and booked up because now we got felonies. And now the people that probably need it and got the game now to want to do right can't even teach their son how to, all right, I'm going to take you to the gun range. I'm going to get you, make sure
That's the problem.
Your stuff is right because.
And that's part of their game.
All doing,
that's part of their game.
That's a huge part of the game.
It has to be a limit on the time. Even if you robbed somebody when you was 18 years old. It shouldn't be a situation when at 40 years old, you can't, and you're a family man in your house, you can't have a firearm. Because now your wife can't even have one in the crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? It be situations like that. Like now, what you got to understand is in a world where guns are, quote, necessary, that's going to just lead to that person having a gun off the books.
Anyway.
A off the book gun is way more likely to end up in some shit than a joint with my motherfucking name on it.
Right.
You better off giving people a way to protect themselves. And being able, like, if I did my time, I'm rehabilitated, whatever the case may be. And even if they taxed on an extra amount of time for me to do this, or I had to go through extra shit to get that, you shouldn't leave it where a person is just like, oh, he's just helpless. And in Jersey, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because if situations would have went different for me with people breaking in and me shooting, I could have a motherfucking manslaughter charge or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers, they don't have the joint in Jersey, like self-defense laws.
Right.
That shit be like, oh, he was running. By the time you shot him in his back. Murder.
No matter what.
You're right. You're
now,
right.
There's always circumstantial like evidence and the whole situation, but the actual self-defense isn't even a thing in Jersey.
I feel like everybody with like good sense, everybody's like, if you know you're a good soul, you're a good person, you don't mean bad, you don't have no issues, you don't have mental issues, you don't have, none of that nut shit. I think everybody should go get a gun. I think everybody should own a gun. I think all families should have them. I think especially for people like us, for people of color, I feel like not only do I feel like everybody else got them, and it's only fair until they really like banned them or made it against the law and said, okay, people shouldn't have these. Then take them from everybody. You take it from everybody and now we cool with that. But until then, I think everybody should get them. I think it was certain laws designed, put in place so we couldn't get them. So to disarm us. I believe like when I was young, I got charged with drugs and they telling me I can't get a gun now because I got charged for selling drugs. Like what do the drugs that I was trying to sell got anything to do with a gun? You know what I'm saying? Like it's laws in place to fuck you over. And they knew we was going to catch drug charges. Y'all put all them fucking drugs in our city and every inner city across America. And then you had the law to back up the drug charge to fuck a nigga over from going to get a gun to trying to protect himself. So
and then now it's a whole race of people. It's really hard to arm yourself and protect yourself in times like this.
While you live in poverty, because before the times like this, as far as people living in poverty, getting robbed, you can't put a motherfucking TV box outside your crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can't have a pistol. You know what I'm saying? And they know that that's going to be an issue in that environment. It's like, because guess what? A criminal going to get a gun regardless.
Right.
So we going to make
they
it
still
where
drop them off.
Like, so the dude that want to live the straight and narrow life, we going to make it hard for him to get his pistol. And now a nigga that's going to get a gun. So there's a bunch of guns in the city of Camden, New Jersey, or or Trenton, or what I mean, Brunswick, whatever. But then you got a bunch of people that would just really wanted to hold down their household, and they can't motherfucking get one, or you jump through all that shit is kind of wild, and it's definitely a setup situation.
That's why we got to be unified, man, because the people, the illegal guns in the street, whoever, them same dudes who legal from your hood, who's just a good guy trying to get his gun permit, he ain't your enemy. You know what I mean? And vice versa. The dudes in the street ain't the working people in the community enemy. Yeah, they doing whatever they doing, but like I tell my neighbors all day, like, yo, it ain't our job to really like be out here arguing with these motherfuckers. Like, it's the police job to really like supposedly do whatever they doing and police the streets, whatever that consists of. I don't know, but don't argue with me because you see somebody on the side of my house or in front of my house. Don't ask me, did I fuck? No, I ain't give them the green light. They ain't with me, but I don't police the streets. You do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole thing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely feel like we should be able to like protect ourselves. We should be able to arm ourselves. I definitely feel like, if we made a mistake in the past, it's like right now I'm dealing with that, looking to try to get my shit. I've been shot in my community, in my own city, by the bullshit. And I'm not mad at people because I understand shit, just looking back. But I'll tell a judge quick, like, yo, ain't no cops saving nobody in my city. Right. They never save nobody. Right. They haven't saved, listen, me and my dogs have saved more lives on my block than any police department. And that's no disrespect to the officers that was, from the city, because there was some officers that did amazing work in our city, mainly the ones that was from there back in the day before they removed them. You know what I'm saying? But since then, bro, it'd be fucked up. Them police told me. I had an argument with the police, 3 white police. They said, we not here for y'all. We not here to do that, to protect y'all.
Well, just a backstory for people to understand, because I'm very, very happy for the amount of subscribers that we got. We know that we're not just a local podcast anymore, so some people don't even understand what you meant when you said before they removed the police. So what people got to understand is we're from Camden, New Jersey, where there was literally a time period where there were no cops. Yeah. So imagine a city with no law enforcement, and they gave us the date, which was also a setup. Back then, they literally told the date where there would be no cops, right? And that week, it was like 6 broad day shootings, because you knew what time it was. I knew people personally that was like, whatever the date was, let's say it was June 23rd. June 23rd is on, nigga. It's on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We fell for the banana in the tailpipe, man. That's what we got to stop doing. Yeah. Because that almost like, it almost, long as we against each other, it green lights for a motherfucker kind of like the one that should be over us. Right. And should have the right to watch over us. And then it's almost like people do look at you like as if you less than human. Right. So, and you don't have rights because you whatever.
And that's a fact, because what happened was our police department was replaced with a new infrastructure. And this was all a political thing. We could have a whole episode about this, and you'll be amazed at this fucking story, some Lex Luthor shit. But we were replaced by a county police department that could actually arrest people or do whatever their activities is in the entire Camden County, other cities as well. So these people not from the community, everything, they bringing people from wherever, they literally acted like soldiers that got dropped off in a war zone. I'm a nerd. I'm at a Comic-Con in New York. I'm meeting people. I meet this group of white dudes. They talking to me. Well, where you from? Where you from? I'm like, I'm from Jersey. What part? What part? I'm like, you probably never heard. I'm from a place called Camden. Dude gonna say to me, what's wrong with you people down there? What? We get into an argument. He like, it's like you got no self-control, this, that, and the third. All you do is shoot each other, kill each other down there. And then he told me, I know because I'm about to be a Metro police officer.
So what the fuck you think he gonna do?
Exactly. So it's like, when off the conversation I had with this man and the wild things he was saying, he sounded like he was on a mission, like, I'm coming down there to set these people straight.
He sound like a hunter.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like.
It's business. Like listen, it's nasty. It's nasty business, man. It's nasty business. Just like what we were speaking about with the medical field. It's more nasty business. It exists in politics, and police departments work with the politicians, and now we got, a bunch of police officers. Don't get it fucked up. Like, it's a lot of them. They be around. Their presence is definitely felt because it's a lot of them. They getting, they getting that money. They getting those checks. They being paid. And guess what? I'll be honest. The violence is probably like a tad bit down and shit like that, because because there's so many of them. They around on every corner, you know. And plus, I think we on some different shit as the people of the communities. We trying to practice and preach to our youngins and to the young kids coming up. Hey, we got to stop being violent towards one another. We got to stop tearing each other up, man. You know, you got a sister, I got a sister. You got a mother, I got a mother. So I think some of that energy is in the air too. That also like gives them a hand, you know, with us tearing each other up. But the violence is definitely like down a little bit, but again, it's business. I think it's a lot of money being put in the city. I think the money is definitely going to them. I think the politicians is sticking it in the police departments, to these police officers, to these mayors, everybody who's with the shit, everybody who's with the movement. Because, you know, a lot of people from my hood and from my community know about what I'm speaking about, familiar with what I'm going, with where I'm going with it. And I don't know everything. I don't know the details, though. That's a different story, but yeah, man, it leads to us like, you know, you feeling alone when people not for you, when the medical field not for you, the political field not for you, the police people not for you. They all people that's supposed to protect and serve and take care of us, bro. So yeah, it's going to have you to the point where guess what? I'm going to try to take care of myself. I'm going to find some prevention and take care of myself health-wise. I'm going to strap up. I'm going to take care of me and my family pistol-wise. I don't care what these police talking because I just seen 3 kids get killed in my neighborhood in the last 6 months and none of them were saved. No arrests were made. Nobody came and did nothing for the family. They didn't even help with the funeral. And I mean, and me and my people not going through that. So if you got a problem with that, then me, you, the judge, my lawyers, we'll all sit down and we'll have this discussion. Because I'm already talking with my lawyers about what I need to do, the proper steps for me to be able to carry again. All I got is unlawful possessions. You know what I mean? Nothing like I never robbed nobody. I never like tried to hurt nobody. I just kept getting caught.
Well, you ain't never going to be able to carry because you can't carry in Jersey. You ain't never going to be able to carry. But at least for you to have a joint.
But you can have it. But that's, listen, man. My thing is I'm working on it. I'm fighting for it because even then when I did carry, and I told the judge that, I said, listen, I was shot. I live in a community where they're trying to rob me for my sneakers, a leather jacket. I had a mom and dad, you know what I mean, who was able to get a little bit of shit for us. So it ain't necessarily had to even me being in the streets. I almost got forced in the streets because I remember when I was a good kid, before I even got in the streets, I got robbed. I got stuck up. I dealt with shit. That shit had me ready to go get a pistol. Early. Like, no, I'm not going to keep getting stuck up. I'm not going to keep being robbed. So, and it's sad because we end up in courtrooms and judges, jurors, prosecutors
just act like you just wanted to just do.
They act like they so blind to this, bro.
Yeah, they know what's going on. And for y'all that want to know more about what's going on, there's shout out to Thomas Freeman. There's a documentary out right now on Amazon that this dude made. It's called The Making of America's Most Dangerous City. Yeah. And it's about Camden, New Jersey, and it really breaks down everything from the mayor being the head of the corruption and everything that's going on, the police officers that were involved, you know, some blood family members of mine. Now, we could move on to something more lighthearted before we get out of here. What y'all watching right now? Like on some Netflix shit, niggas is in the crib.
I just got done watching Ozarks. I just got done watching Ozarks.
Fire.
Not too long ago.
I didn't watch that, but I like watching Dave and
Ozarks was fire.
So Dave for you?
Dave and Insecure.
I just saw, it's not even
and the wrong
arguably.
Missy.
Listen.
Listen,
I just saw the worst movie and it's not even an argument. If you haven't seen John Henry on Netflix, just watch it. It is a terrible movie, but to me, I think it's supposed to be, so I can see the funny in it. It's with Ludacris and with Terry Crews. It's the most ridiculous. All of the bad guys have on white sweatsuits. I think it's hilarious.
What is it called again, bro?
John Henry.
I'm going to go check it out.
It looks so dumb. I was like, man, I can't watch this shit.
It's bad. It's as bad as advertised. But maybe it's something wrong with me, I can look at it and still enjoy it because it's completely ridiculous. And it's supposed to be. And that's why I think it's funny. But yeah, I just was watching that. But
hey, anybody got Hulu? You got to watch The Female Brain.
I gotta watch that.
Yes, it's so
good.
For anybody who's in a relationship or not in a relationship, you gotta watch The Female Brain. Who's the guy in the NBA that was jumping over to Hyundai's Blake
Griffin.
Blake Griffin's in that movie.
Really?
It's from 2017, and he plays an NBA player that has a girlfriend, and there's like 5 relationships in the movie, and they talk about what the difference is in the relationships in the brain that makes couples either want to keep going or break up, or how like we understand each other, and it's he was.
And
he
this
was the
isn't
one
a
that
chick flick. This is something that you think us fellas would enjoy.
Yeah, because if you're in a relationship, you might be able to understand more why she reacts a certain way or why she feels a certain way when your period comes on.
Right.
When you like how we get like meticulous about things, like popping pimples and shit. Like it gets into that. And you don't think about like, yeah, my girl's annoying. She always does that, but it comes from somewhere. And in the movie, it's a movie, but the girl is like a scientist and she studies the brain and she kind of breaks down everything why there's a type of women like that, a type of women like that. They don't talk about hoes, unfortunately.
Man, but will it help me when I get done with this show?
Yes.
Will it help me with understanding you creatures?
Yes, I think a little bit more.
Different creatures.
Creatures.
Yes.
We are not.
We
doesn't.
We all creatures.
No, that's
You
good.
said
That's
you
going to help with
creatures.
that. That's going to help with that because they don't need they don't
creatures
need
too.
hoes. They don't need to talk
I mean,
about
it would
hoes.
be
We
good
talked
as a
about that.
man to
We all
understand a little bit
creatures.
more without just being like, oh, she's acting like this.
Right.
Sometimes it's really your brain that makes you act a certain way, you
Now,
know? And I
it's-
think it's same for men, but they don't have a man movie, but
So this is an actual movie and not a documentary.
no, it's
Actual
a movie, but she is a
Some-
scientist and she's actually explaining every relationship in the movie.
Okay.
So she doesn't have a relationship, which she gets one, whatever, in the movie
Yeah.
maybe. But she just she's like the narrator of the movie. And she's also doing studying. So it's not a
So
documentary,
this
it's a
is
movie.
Like, this is like some
And everybody
think
there-
like a man shit.
yeah, and there's a
Girl
lot
brain.
of famous people in the movie. And I
Girl
was like,
brain,
no,
Girl-
female brain.
female brain.
Yeah.
What about
I just
you,
want
Wally?
everybody to go check it out.
I've been watching Dead to Me. Anybody seen Dead to Me? It's on Netflix. It's a really
Sound like about like your ex.
Nah. It's actually about it's two women in it. It's two women in it, and the characters are Jen and Judy. And
I thought it was about to say gin and juice.
That's a perfect title for like a joint about
If you
your ex.
name your
Nah,
kid gin and Juice, you're a fucking ghetto fucking superstar.
You're done.
And you know they're gonna be strippers.
cut it.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
But no, it's a really good series. I like it. It's really quick. It's like they're hour-long episodes, but it's basically about a woman who loses her husband. He gets hit by a car. It was like a hit and run, and she's during the whole season, the first season, she's trying to figure out who did it. So this woman comes into her life, and like they're basically trying to figure out. But the shit is so funny that like it's kind of like that dry humor.
I like that.
Yo, you will be like last night. I just finished the second season, and I was legit screaming
Oh,
because
I gotta watch it.
it's dry humor is probably like the best movies to watch with that in it. It's like it's awesome. I
That's
love
white
it.
people shit. Well, that's white people comedy.
I gotta see it. I don't even know what
And
type
they
of
even
humor. I
say,
gotta
and
see
they
it.
even say shit like, there's like one part where she's like, you know, we're white, we're privileged. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, they just
you know,
throw it
they're
out
not,
there. Little
you know,
message.
they're not gonna arrest us right now. Like, what the fuck? Just act fucking normal. And I'm like, yo, this
I like
shit
that.
is
I like when they
crazy.
slide that in. You know what I mean? I like when they slide that in.
But then they
pause.
be trying to say like some real shit too. So it's a really good show. Y'all gotta watch.
I
that.
mean, it's honest. White people should be honest. They should say what it really is. It's
Nah,
honest.
I peeped the joint that Chelsea had mentioned, the wrong Missy.
Hilarious.
I mean, so you peeped that joint?
Hilarious because they were saying shit like that in it too. She was
Yo.
like
Oh, she
brutally
didn't give a
honest.
shit.
Yo.
I gotta
Brutally
watch that.
honest, and it was like by the end of it, I'm not gonna get a whole thing, but his name is David Spade, right?
Yeah.
The dude. I mean, it was so hard not for it to end like that because of who she was as a
Right.
person. She just was so raw and
Now, is
honest
she
and
a
who she
hoe?
was.
Ho-
Huh?
I said, is she a hoe?
Possibly, and cool. So this is where that's to see how everything linked
Now
together.
now be looking at girls like, are you a hoe?
So the wrong Missy. I want to ask y'all this, and this is any of y'all, the women, is about the premise is a dude meets a chick named Missy, right? And she's a nightmare date. It's terrible. The nigga don't even go out to nowhere else. Like he don't he don't even want to go on a date. Chick is a fucking train wreck. She's a lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
So he swears off going on blind dates. He finally goes somewhere and he meets another girl, and she has the same name. He saves it in his, he got his phone or whatever. So he's going on a vacation. And I mean, him and this chick, a bad joint, hit it off so well. He just can't wait to see her again. He about to go on a trip. He gonna get the stunt. He probably about to get this big promotion. He texts the chick to come with him on a vacation, hoping that she say yeah. She says yes, but it turns out that he texts the wrong Missy.
I'm
So the
done.
nigga ends up on a trip with the nightmare chick because he sent the wrong text. And I was wondering, have y'all ever did that before?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never ended up on an
yes.
actual trip with nobody, but I've definitely sent the wrong text to my girl, like in the morning. And she was like, Like I was like, hell no. I knew it was fucking you. It was chill.
But I mean, have you ever had like two matching names? Yeah. Like you literally thought you was hitting up Yolanda and you was hitting up a different Yolanda. Like you might have worked with a lady named Yolanda. You hit up Yolanda with the fat butt on some like, yo, I'm definitely trying to fuck. And then Yolanda from work was like, what's up, Rich? Like, damn, Rich. Like, okay, slide through.
Not like that. Not me personally. Not like that. Not like with the same name and then the wrong person like show up on some blind date shit. That's like type crazy.
Now, I had to end up, I'm not going to say either of these women's name, but they shared the same name. And this is why I put last names in my phone now, because you got to be able to tell what's going on. But I ended up texting the one that I thought was like, you know, I want her to come through. It's probably like 2 a.m, bro. Like this is probably like 10 years ago. We busted up on Twitter, get the number. I'm forgetting which one was saved. I hit up the other one. She actually comes through though. And I'm surprised because I hit up the wrong one. And I just say that was actually better than hitting up.
Yo, that
was actually better than making the right decision.
It went down.
Yeah.
It went down with the wrong one.
Yeah.
No,
Damn.
nigga, that completely happened to me.
Crazy.
I went to, it was called,
that's like almost like catfish.
but this is the opposite.
Because you think somebody else coming.
Yeah.
You
So-
think somebody else coming.
So I did like back in the day, I did like a photo shoot with a chick. She came there and she had like family with her. Like it was like her mom was there, aunt. They like cheering, oh girl, you bad. They their little hype team. Do the photo shoot, business. Like I didn't even really speak to this woman. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, do this, bop, bop, bop. Did the joint. So then afterwards, and I saved, the name in my phone. Afterwards, I went to like Taylor's or whatever. It was called Top Dog then. Go to Top Dog, end up meeting a white chick in there, she texted me or whatever like that. I got the number, but I didn't know her name. And I saved, she had big titties, and I saved her as, I called her Taylor, titties from Taylor, or Taylor was with titties. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know. This is just real shit. Like, this is fucked up.
Titties from Taylor.
So I end up telling my boy, I think I saved her in the phone as that.
Was her real name Taylor?
No, not
Or
at
you
all.
just gave her the typical Taylor?
No, the name
No,
of the
no,
club.
the name
the
of the
club
club.
was Taylor's.
Oh,
you know what
oh,
I'm saying?
you talking about the old
Taylor. So I
know
was like, so
Taylor's.
I saved her as Taylor's with titties or whatever
Right.
like that. Taylor's from Taylor, something like that. So then I tell my boy that, yo, the chick with the Jones, and he tells me her real name. I'm gonna create a name for her so it don't come back to me. Let's say her name was Helen. Let's just make up a white Helen. Let's say that, right? So then next thing you know, I'm trying to holler at the John, because we had a certain interaction that was real sexual, vibey or whatever like that. I'm coming crazy at this chick, telling her like the slot, like I'm coming crazy. I'm saying crazy shit. She's saying crazy shit back. Whoop, whoop. I send a shot over. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending a shot.
Dick shot.
Yeah, I send a shot over. So she's coming through. She ends up coming through, and when I go to the door and I open the door, it's the girl from the photo shoot.
No.
Oh
They had the
my
same name?
God.
Yes.
But did it click to you at any point?
Not
No.
at all. I never even spoke to it. Like she was there. I seen her. Okay, she back. Cool. She's a customer. Like, she's a customer. So that was it. The other chick I met out on some nightclub shit. Ooh, you know what I mean? And I knew her name afterwards for my boys. Like, oh no, that's Helen.
Right.
Okay, now she Helen to me, but I never changed her name in the phone. Later on, I go to let me text Helen.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm trying to see you. What's up? Instantly. It was
you
instant.
didn't even
Nope.
change the name, and you went to the
no,
wow.
yeah, because she's Taylor's with titties in my phone. That's what she was. So when I hit her up, she answered back immediately, like, "What's up?" Like, and it's just like, "No, I'm trying to get to it." Like, slide through, bop, bop, bop. I'm at the crib, do. And she just was fully with it. So when I opened the door, she just came right in, hugged me, start kissing. Like it was. I didn't know what
Listen.
the fuck was happening.
That must have been
and-
one hell of a photo shoot.
And it was the photo.
guy.
Yeah, it was the photo shoot chick.
Yeah, it was crazy.
She
And
came
then
through with
Did
the
you ever?
family,
Did you
though.
ever get tailors with the titties?
I didn't actually. You know what I'm saying?
Because
I didn't.
this one was an unexpected present, and yeah, rather.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
one.
they was.
Did she replace
they
Taylor
was-
with the titties?
Nah, they was of equal. They was of equal value. You know what I'm saying?
Value.
Like yeah, like they.
This nigga just put a 2K rating on.
Yeah, they was like.
She has a 96.
Yeah. Nah, the other one that was just a situation that just slipped through my fingers. You know what I'm saying? That just slipped through my fingers. The universe wanted me to get the other one or whatever like that. But that was a super wild situation, especially for that person, because they would never know, even obviously to this day, ain't seen this person in a decade. They do not know
They wasn't
that
the right
that's
person.
what really happened. They just thought that I was the wildest, boldest nigga in the
They
world.
thought you was super aggressive.
So
She was
Oh
like,
my
he's
God.
a hoe. He don't care. I'm with it.
Oh, yeah.
all links back. Why are hoes so cool? Because from looking at this, looking at this later, it's like you're a woman and you just get a call from a dude out of nowhere, a text from a dude that you had no personal interaction with. It was just business. Like a nigga at the store, y'all exchange some money, and then he just texts you out of nowhere, like, "Yo, when you coming through? Like, I'm at the crib." You feel what I'm saying? And you just hit him back like, when? You know what I'm saying? And it just went from there. Like, I start saying, yeah, I'm bust that. Oh, word? We back and forth. She talking greasy. And it just went just like that.
That's crazy.
And she was cool too. So we both
I
cool,
don't even
cool
think-
hoes.
Worked out.
Cool hoes.
Y'all were
I
both
don't even
cool
think.
hoes.
I think like I've dealt with shit like that, and it wasn't even like the same name type shit. It was just like, because when you single and you just might got 3 joints in your phones that you text from time to time, and early morning you texting a joint, you know what I mean, and then you go to just quick text back and you text who you was texting last night by accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've had like those situations where now like it's somebody different. I just text. And they kick back, they kick back still with it though. You might text the wrong person like, yo, what's up with you this weekend? And now, and it might be somebody who you wasn't even ready to send that type text to.
Right.
And they bounce back with, oh, I'm free. And you then when you realize, like, oh shit, I didn't text
Jackpot.
the wrong person. But
Fake
fuck it,
courage.
she
This
free.
wasn't even my courage. They just
Like,
just
so
like
I-
my boy pushed me in the back, bumped me into it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You
I
gotta
get it, it
holler
can
at him.
happen. It can happen.
Nah, that
For
definitely.
the single people out there, single savages.
Yeah, I'm real lucky that it didn't turn out a different way, because that could have went.
Yo, also, we talked about this previously. I watched something on Netflix called, what is it? Trial by Media. And
Oh, I seen that.
I saw I think it might have been the first episode. Me and Dev talked about this before, where the one guy went on Jenny Jones, and he ends up he thought a girl had a crush on him.
Oh my
But
God,
it
that's
was
a
a-
tragic
wow,
story.
yo.
Yeah, my
If
mom
it-
had me watching.
If y'all got a second, definitely go watch that. It's just interesting
What's
to
it
see.
called?
It's called Trial by Media. So they have different scenarios where how do you put this? Where something happens like a crime or whatever based off of the media.
But that's a very known. You could talk about that's a very known case. Like that's famous. I feel like a
that
lot
one-
of people know that.
Thing is, you were the first one to tell me about it because that happened in '96. I'm
Yeah.
6 years old, 6 or 7 years old. You get what I'm saying? So that
Was it in Florida?
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell y'all what it was. Like
that's
straight
a good
up.
question.
Was it in Florida?
I don't know. I don't know
Nah,
where Jenny
nah,
Jones was.
nah,
But,
it wasn't,
but it's
wasn't.
just the fact that people thought that it would be cool. Like Rich always say too. Like you gotta watch how you like playing with people. And everybody got their own feelings and views on different things. You know, you might be cool with the whole thing of like, I have no problem with gay people. I don't even care. It has no effect on me. That's your choice. That's your life. But when you involve me in it, where they basically, this girl call herself this guy's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
She has 2 best friends. He's one of them. She brings him on Jenny Jones, national TV, poppin' show. And she has somebody that's a secret crush for him. And it's her gay homeboy. But she know this man not gay. Like you just doing anything to be on TV on some sensational shit. So this man's all excited and smiling and got the blindfold on and he's waiting like it's a crush. Like somebody's going to tell me they like me. You know what I'm saying? It might be a female for whoever. And when he take the joint off, is his best friend's male homie.
Yeah, they gotta stop playing with people like
And
that.
he took it graciously on TV, but he was like devastated and embarrassed. And he went home, and people was, this is back into people calling him a lot of wild names. You know what I'm saying? You a homo, you a banging, you this, that, and the third. And the embarrassment and everything put on him.
Hold on now.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? He ended up getting it shaken.
No, yeah, but dude made passes after the show as well. Like extremely like
Yeah, I forgot
knowing
about
the
that
situation where it's like he know dude isn't like that. And they described a guy who ends up going to jail for it as a pretty cool dude, cool, calm man.
Like a regular guy. He was that nigga
dude.
before that.
He was even respectful on the show because dude ended up saying some stuff on the show that I can look at sideways where, they're literally, Jenny Jones asked him, well, what do you want to do to him?
Yeah, and he's right there on the show.
He's saying how, he envisioned tying him up on a hammock and doing some other things. So it's like, dude got to deal with that on the show.
Oh, he embarrassed him because he's talking about the dude. Like, I just seen him like working on his car with his shirt off, and and it's like, you gotta
shit that's not even supposed to be sexy. You get what I'm saying? It's making him feel some kind of way, but he goes home, and 3 days later on his doorstep, he sees a letter and all this stuff, and then he's going through it with, just people in the town questioning, his sexuality at this point. And then he actually goes and pays this guy a visit. And during this visit, I'm guessing the guy that had a crush on him says something again to basically like make him be like, well, I guess I don't have a choice at this point. I came here to try to tell you to stop and to scare you off, and you just said no right in front of me. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And he ends up killing a guy, man, which is unfortunate.
How did he kill him?
Shot him with a shotgun.
What's the name of it again?
It's
Trial by Media.
Yep, Trial by Media.
Trial by Media. So y'all already know. Listen, I want to go check it out. I'm definitely gonna go check it out because I feel like
it just came out right on Netflix not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just knew that story
put it
from
out
back
on
then.
Netflix. Yeah.
I feel like that's interesting, and I'm definitely gonna go tune into it. I think I heard about it though, and I really do want to go tune into it because that's like a whole nother conversation leading to like a whole nother topic for like another time. But just like gays, I grew up around that. My oldest brother is gay. And I just feel like y'all want respect. Like, y'all don't want people judging y'all. Y'all want respect. Y'all want to, and I don't have an issue with that. I think it should be given to all, like, humans, regardless of what you do. God is the judge, the final judge of what people did and how they did it. But you got to give it, too. You got to give it. You know what I mean? Like, people out here, we live a life, too. And it's a respectable life or whatever we live. And, we demand certain things. And I think that some, I feel like you may have issues out there where people feel like they can play and play with people.
And let's remember the masculine energy can be disrespectful. We talk about that on shows because if you look at the pattern, right? So in a sense, the man, something involving a man, men that feel as though they could do whatever with women, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Say whatever, whistle at you walk into work, harass you, whatever the case may be. But then even men that are gay, they do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't come at that man like that. Look at the pattern. It's always something involving man for real. Like this is just some real shit. And then when you got shorties that take on a different lifestyle and they live their life in a masculine way, they'll be just as like, what's up, shorty? Like, nah, like in your face, Chelsea Lee was good. They got that fitted on to the front and they letting you know what I'm saying? They got
cargo pants.
Yeah,
and the
listen. They pull up and they like, nah, what's up? With that aggression, you know what I'm saying? That real masculine energy that can make people uncomfortable. So in general, people, we just got to be mindful.
I also noticed on during that show too, though, is just like Rich said, you got to be respectful to the person because that could have even been a girl that said that they had a crush on this guy. But if he didn't like that person, you don't know how he's going to react to it. Right. You get what I'm saying? And what if whether the guy that went to jail for it, what if that was a woman? And if the woman felt harassed because 3 days later after the show, now you're keeping it up. So I'm not saying that person deserved to die at all. No. What I'm saying is people have to be more respectful because you have no clue what can happen or what somebody's going through.
Or what that person feels.
Exactly.
Because feelings are real.
Yeah.
Feelings are real. You know, there's a difference between feelings and facts.
Yeah. And something that
on
wow.
that movie, they say,
And
not to interrupt you, they say
go ahead.
women remember feelings. That's why they're able to remember more
Exactly.
things in relationships. Like when y'all get in a fight and be like, well, remember I did this for you? A man gonna be like, no. But a woman remembers how she felt. If she was pissed at you and still made you dinner, she remembers doing that.
Because why? Because she felt a certain way while doing the action.
And it's about character too. Like people
Yep.
gotta respect how hard every individual works to build character, you know, and then people try to slander you or people try to like defamate your character, you know, in different ways. And in those scenarios we've had it. You got guys out there that's weak guys and they might get mad at you, see you in a situation, thought you was free, or you might have messed with somebody that they know you messed with, right? And then they thinking they got a shot, and then they don't, and now they trying to like defamate your character.
Oh,
Now
that
they-
happens
now
all
they
the
say,
time
right,
to women.
you got even dudes that'll lie when
Oh,
they
yeah,
meet,
you
which
was
is like the
hot
weakest
when I
shit
was
in the
whistling at you down
the
the
weakest
street.
shit in the world.
And now I don't
But-
holler back. Now I'm a bitch.
Right,
Bitch.
right, and you got females that'll do that too. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
but you know, the
Females
niggas that do that get no residual income. You know what I mean? They're
And that's
fucked
all
up.
this is about.
This is all
Nah,
this,
that's a lie.
no. We talking about a different residual income.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So you got to understand when you meet. Listen, we talk about this, and we about to get out of here. But when you nice to a woman, even in defeat, she said, "I'm not interested." You always got tomorrow. But when if I holler at you and you say no, and I'm like, you stupid ass hoe, dumb ass bitch. That's why
You're
such
like,
and such hit you. You
game
nigga, you're
over.
done now.
Yeah.
You're done now.
Yeah.
Me, I'm always respectful. Guess what? 3 years, 4 years, 8 years. It don't even matter. I get the call. Dev, I'll tell
good.
her.
I'll be back for that.
I
He says that.
I
love that
told
he
y'all
says
my
that.
story about my baby mom. I was shut down for years. I waited. I was patient.
That shit come. That shit.
That's
Listen.
that all
I needed
boils down
that.
to male ego.
That's
Right.
called putting the vagina in an escrow account. Gets better, baby.
yeah,
Gets better.
niggas
Yeah,
gotta
because the girl
definitely
gonna be
stop
like,
with that.
oh, he respectful, he can get it. But once you say
Once you
whistle
blow it up,
and you
blow
say,
it
no,
up.
I got a man. Oh, do you really? I've had guys like, you got a man? Yeah. Well, I could be your friend, nigga.
You wouldn't even want that
Let's
on the
not
other
even
foot.
go there.
We don't really gotta worry
Let's
about
not
that.
even
We
go
don't
there.
really gotta worry about that from women because the ratio of women pushing up on us versus us pushing up on women, we gotta like. That's what I'm trying to break. I'm like a candidate. I want to be like the ambassador of women pushing up on men again.
Can we have a
Like,
show just all
because-
about that?
Yeah, because I would love.
Relationships?
I would
'Cause
love.
I got
for,
fucking stories for
I
days.
would love for like y'all to like push up on me and me to be able to like flee something. Like,
Yo, that's
Get your
actually
slim
like
ass
a
out
super.
here.
That's actually a super weird scenario to be in. I'm pretty sure that happened to the 3 men that's in here. But I went out to a club in AC and I felt like I got harassed and by a woman. I thought she was super attractive. She touching me all over my body, all of this stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't even want to be in this situation. And for that moment, I really felt like how a woman would feel if.
We're gonna talk
whether,
about that on
you know,
a future episode coming up. We're gonna
say.
definitely talk. We definitely gonna
I
talk
need to
about.
be-
We're gonna
Because
talk
that
about
was-
that shit.
right, I want to be pushed up on.
Yeah.
We got to get to it.
She rubbed me from my ankles
Well-
to my ears.
well,
I did
you
not
know.
like that.
Bye.
Well, women, push up on us. Not me, not Dev, Veronica. I'm not talking about me. Push up on all them other niggas. You can push up on my co-host and all that type of shit.
Push
And-
up on Porter.
and
y'all
y'all
start the trend.
Yeah, push up on Porter.
Let's get it
on
trending.
Push up on Porter, and you can push the motherfucking like, you know what I mean, and subscribe button on this motherfucking channel. You know what I'm saying? Push that, and we gonna keep it fucking pushing. Peace.
When you say you love me, and I said that I love you back, you said that you love only me. I'll admit I was taken aback, never said I was ready for that, and you told me